Back in Thibodaux, the Nichols Colonels have taken the field, and we are set to go for a 9 a.m. first pitch, the first of two here at Didier Field. Glad you're with us for this huge two-game set, games 2 and 3 of the series, and then the conference schedule will be over, and teams can look ahead to the postseason. Of course, Nichols still has a Tuesday night game against Louisiana Lafayette out in Lafayette on Tuesday night. Let's look at the starting lineups, and we'll start with the Lions from Southeastern under head coach Matt Reiser, 23 and 26, 13 and 9 in the Southland Conference. Their skipper in his 9th season with the team. Same starting 9, just a little bit of shuffling in the lineup from Thursday night. Evan Keller, the shortstop, batting first. Rhett Rosevear, the second baseman, batting second. Tyler Finke, the center fielder, batting third. Preston Faulkner, the first baseman, batting fourth. Shea Thomas, the third baseman, batting fifth. Champ Artigues, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Christian Garcia, the right fielder, who did so much damage with his right arm from right field on Thursday, batting seventh. Tristan Welch, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Bryce Grisafi, the catcher, batting ninth. And now the Thibodaux Regional Sports Medicine Center Nichols starting lineup. They will line up like this. Dane Simon, the left fielder, batting first. Zane Washington, the right fielder, batting second. First baseman Edgar Alvarez batting third. Alec Paz, the DH, batting fourth. Jaden Kay, the center fielder, batting fifth. Garrett Felix, the second baseman, batting sixth. Austin Kane, the third baseman, batting seventh. Austin Trahan is the catcher and batting eighth. And Parker Cadu, the shortstop, batting ninth. And Tyler Terrio on the hill for the Cajuns. Or for the Colonels, excuse me. I knew I shouldn't have said Louisiana Lafayette earlier. Coming in 7-3, 2.88 ERA. He's struck out 51. He's walked 23. His first pitch is high and outside, 1-0. Terrio, the Southland Pitcher of the Week on April 18th, has only given up 56 hits on the season, only 24 earned runs. Good pitch has Keller swinging, and it's 1-1. Terrio coming off his worst outing of the season, though, last Saturday against Corpus Christi. 6 innings pitched, but 10 hits and 5 earned runs. He did strike out 4, walked 3, and gave up a big home run. He had previously won his previous 4 starts. This ball lifted foul and out of play, and that will make the count 1-2. Defensive alignment again for the Colonels from left to right in the outfield. Dane Simon in left, Jaden Kay in center, Zane Washington in right. Austin Kane, the third baseman, Parker Cadu, the shortstop, Garrett Felix second, Edgar Alvarez at first, Austin Trahan getting the start catching, and Tyler Terrio pitching, and this ball is lifted to deep left field. Back at the warning track, drifting back, Dane Simon makes the play for the first out of the ball game. So pretty well hit ball, but easily handled by Simon in left. And that will bring up Rhett Rosevear. Rosevear hitting .234 on the season, 3 home runs, 19 driven in. And the first pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike. Rosevear, a sophomore from Denham Springs, played at Live Oak High School. The 0-1 delivery from Terrio, fouled off, 0-2 now. Rosevear went 1 for 3 the other night. He did drive in a run. Here's a pitch outside. 1-2 now to Rosevear, the second baseman for the Lions. This pitch down in the dirt. 2-2, just underway here in Thibodaux, Nichols and Southeastern. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Pitch up high, 3-2 from Terrio. Earlier series this year, Rosevear had 3 hits, so his hit last night was his 4th, but he's going to go down looking on this pitch. Pitch at the knees, on the outside corner. Great pitch by Terrio. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. And we want to remind you, every strikeout thrown by Colonel's pitchers is brought to you by Bayou Insurance Services. That'll bring up Tyler Finke, the center fielder, hitting .244. And the first pitch just off the plate to Finke, a senior from Columbus, Indiana. Went to North Columbus High School and then Snead State Community College. Pitch over, 1-1. So Terrio, after giving up a long fly ball to the first hitter, striking out the second, now looking to set down the side. That pitch just a little low. Trahan tried to frame it, but our home plate umpire was not having it. Darren here. This ball lifted to left field. Simon drifting to his left, but coming over from center and calling him off is Jaden Kay, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Terrio in the top of the first. Good start for the Colonels left-hander, and now the Nichols hitters will look to get it going here in the bottom of the first. It's morning baseball on the Bayou, and we're glad you're with us on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
At Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center, we're improving the health and well-being of the region, one person at a time. And this means more game time, more first times, more crunch time, more face time, and more party time. Isn't it time you started living your best life? Change starts here at Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center.
When you order curbside pickup on the new Rouse's shopping app, you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. And you get free pickup on all orders $35 or more. Download the new Rouse's shopping app on the App Store or get it on Google Play. Place your order, choose your curbside pickup time, and your Rouse's Markets personal shopper will shop your order for you and load your groceries into your car. It's just that easy. Rouse's Markets, feels like home.
Getting set for the bottom of the first. Dane Simon, Zane Washington, Edgar Alvarez due up for the Colonels. And they will go against Adam Guth, the 6'5", 225-pound freshman from Lake Charles, the left-hander. Pitched at Barb High School under legendary coach Glenn Caccini. He was a highly ranked pitcher, the number 3 ranked left-handed pitcher in the state of Louisiana, coming out of Barb. He even pitched a perfect game as a sophomore in high school. Overall in the year, 3-1, 3.59 ERA. He's made 11 appearances. He's pitched 67 2/3 innings, given up 68 hits, 32 runs, 27 of those earned, 53 strikeouts, 24 walks. And opponents are hitting .266 against him. Dane Simon will look to get off to a good start. Simon comes to this game hitting .242, no home runs, 22 driven in. Simon going 0-4 with a strikeout the other night. So looking for a better start today against the left-hander Guth. Guth looks in, and his first pitch is just outside 1-0. Simon, a 5'11", 180-pound senior from Destrehan High School in Destrehan, Louisiana. Guth comes set, and the pitch is at the knees. It's a strike, 1-1. On the year, Simon 3 for 12 against Southeastern, He's scored a couple runs. He's driven in a couple runs, drawn 4 walks, and struck out the one time last night. This pitch in the dirt outside, 2-1, scoreless ball game here in Thibodaux, just underway in the bottom of the first. Southeastern with a pair of wins today can clinch a top 2 seed. If Nichols wins both of their games, they can get the number 2 seed, as that's a strike on the inside corner. Nichols cannot win the conference title because of what McNeese has done against HBU, and honestly expected to do the rest of the day, as they have hammered the baseball against HBU in the first 2 games of that series. Guth comes set and delivers. Just inside. Thought it might have almost clipped Simon's left jersey sleeve. Nichols wearing the white jerseys tonight with the red lettering and red stripes down the pant legs. Southeastern this afternoon, the green jerseys, green hats, and gray pants. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This ball popped straight up. Drifting back is Grizafi, but that's going to land right in front of us over the head of a couple of fans who look a little shocked how close that baseball came to them. Nice morning crowd. You know, you wondered how many people the word would filter to that it was a 9 a.m. first pitch today, but nice crowd out here. Enjoying the weather, hoping that we're going to not have any issues with the rain. That's why we're starting so early. There is forecast for rain later in the day. Good start for the Colonels as Simon draws the walk, and Nichols has the leadoff runner on for Zane Washington.
Right fielder Zane
Washington, a 6'3", 185-pound redshirt junior from Houma, Louisiana, played at Terrebonne High School. Last night, Washington went 1 for 2. He walked twice, scored twice, had a base hit. Good night for him on Thursday against the Lions. Simon takes his lead from first, and this ball down in the dirt. Simon way off first, and no, he wasn't able to get back. Grizafi guns him down, and a repeat of Thursday night with base running errors for the Colonels, as Simon just got a little too far off first, and Grizafi fired a strike down there. I thought Simon might be able to get the hand in there. Wasn't able to do so, so the leadoff runner erased by Grizafi. That pitch inside, 2-0 now to Washington. Boy, Colonels just hurting themselves on the base paths. A lot of credit to Southeastern making the plays as well, but you get the leadoff runner on at the start of the second game of this series, and immediately any momentum cut down there. Pitch catches the outside corner, 2-1 now to Washington after last night's good night. 7 of 16 on the year against Southeastern with 2 runs, 5 driven in, homer and 4 walks. High heater that time from Guth. Evens the count at 2-2. First-year head coach Mike Silva has to be shaking his head in the dugout at the base running gaffes that have killed any momentum for the Colonels in the first game plus of this series. This ball lifted to deep left field. It's carrying back at the wall. It is gone. Zane Washington, a solo home run, which should have been a 2-run homer, but not going to take away from that for Washington. It is home run number 8 of the year, RBI number 28, and the Colonels on the board first on a bomb to left by Zane Washington. Second home run he has hit against Southeastern pitching this season, and puts the Colonels on the board with the lead for the first time in this weekend series. See if they can keep it going against Guth as the number 3 hitter Edgar Alvarez steps in Alvarez hitting .284, 9 home runs, 47 driven in. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike. Alvarez, a 6'4", 225-pound sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, Boone High School, comes to Nichols by way of Seminole State. 1-0 Nichols, bottom of the first. Pitch outside, 1-1. So Washington putting a charge into one, carrying it over the left center field wall, probably about 370 feet away. Strike on the corner now, 1-2 to Alvarez. Alvarez 0 of 3, a walk and a strikeout Thursday night. Now the 1-2 delivery to Alvarez. Big shift onto the right side for the Lions, and this ball popped shallow center field. Coming on is Finke, but he's going to be called off by the second baseman, Rosevear, for the second out of the inning. Lions were playing a big shift, playing Alvarez to pull there, but Finke able to get back there. Actually, that probably was, I take that back, that was the shortstop because of the shift, so it was Keller that made the play. That'll bring up Alec Paz. Paz, the 6'2", 200-pound graduate student from Dallas, Texas, Plano West High School, Angelina Community College. And he lifts this one on the right side. Preston Faulkner behind first base, drifts into foul territory, and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But a great start for the Colonels, a solo home run by Zane Washington. We'll have Terrio going back to the mound with the lead for the first time this weekend in Thibodaux. Colonels 1, Lions nothing on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
People's Health is your Medicare health plan. People's Health is proud to sponsor our Nichols State University team. People's Health knows when it comes to healthcare, what works is teamwork. Every People's Health plan member is backed by a Medicare health team of doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and health professionals. Whatever your health goals, our team's goal is to help you enjoy the best health possible. So compare your Medicare coverage to a People's Health Medicare Advantage plan. Call for your free information kit. People's Health is proud to sponsor Nichols State University Athletics.
LeBlanc Brothers Ready Mix, a locally owned concrete company serving the Bayou region since 1945. From industrial, commercial, residential, and everything in between. LeBlanc Brothers provides quality concrete at competitive prices with the best customer service in the industry. Please call us at 985-876-6254 for all of your concrete needs, or stop by one of our locations at 2519 West Park Avenue, Gray, or 6185 Highway 1, Tankerville to discuss your upcoming projects. LeBlanc Brothers, a proud supporter of Nichols Athletics. Go Colonels!
Back in Thibodaux, Nichols leading Southeastern 1-0, and because the Colonels scored in the first inning, somebody here in attendance is going to get a free car wash from Thibodaux Auto Spa Car Wash if they bring their ticket to Thibodaux Auto Spa Car Wash within the next 48 hours. So good start for the Colonels and good start for somebody's car, although I don't know if they're going to need a wash after the rainstorm last night. I know my car's a lot cleaner after the downpour here. As we get to work in the second inning, Tyler Terrio on the hill with a lead now. And he starts off against Preston Faulkner. Faulkner swinging and missing and down in the count 0-2. Faulkner, the reigning Southland hitter of the week after a great week last week against HBU in that sweep. But he looks off on that one, and Tyler Terrio gets the credit for that one as an off-speed pitch just off the plate, and Faulkner waved at that helplessly. So not the best at bat for Faulkner. And Terrio looking good here so far, sitting down the first 4 Lions. He struck out 2 of them as Shea Thomas comes to the plate. Thomas, the Lions' third baseman. Thursday night, Shea Thomas going 1 of 3. walking once and striking out once. And Thomas lifts this one to shallow right field. And looking up into the sun, which is not normal for the right fielder Zane Washington to be looking into the sun in that direction. But with a 9 a.m. start, he's able to fight it off and make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Champ Artigues.
Number 4, Champ Artigues.
Artigues, a redshirt junior, 5'9", 175 out of Hammond, Louisiana. Originally went to Louisiana Tech out of St. Thomas Aquinas, but comes back to Hammond. Artigues on the season hitting .235, no home runs, 8 RBI, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Terrio looking dialed in, much like Devin DeSandro on Thursday. Terrio, off-speed pitch, gets Artigues swinging. Trahan's going to have to throw down to first. He does so to Alvarez, and that is the inning. So Terrio has struck out 3 of the first 6 batters he has faced. And through an inning and a half, Nichols leads Southeastern 1-0 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Lady of the Sea Community Pharmacy staff are trained in finding the lowest cost available medication. Stop by with your prescriptions, medicine bottles, and let one of us review your options with you. 2 convenient locations to serve you. We're located in Rouse's Supermarket, Highway 3235 in LaRose, or at Lady of the Sea Medical Clinic in Cutoff. Staff available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We treat you like family at Lady of the Sea.
As a leader in the oil and gas industry, Joe's Septic Contractors caters to oil field clients offering vacuum truck service for offshore tanks, vessels, or treatment plants containing sewage or gray water. Their rental department offers state-of-the-art offshore portable toilets, also holding tank rentals and portable hand washing stations. Call Joe's Septic Contractors 24/7, 985-632-5592. In Cutoff, Thibodaux, Crucial, Abbeville, and Reserve, or visit their website at joeseptic@viscom.net.
Southeastern Lions came into this series as one of the better teams at the plate as far as not taking strikeouts. They came in second in the league with just 341 strikeouts. But thus far, Nichols pitchers have done outstanding against the Southeastern hitters. Remember, DeSandro had 8 strikeouts the other night, 9 overall by the Nichols pitching staff, and Tyler Terrio already has 3 against the Southeastern hitters. So, encouraging sign for the Colonels pitchers. And they have a 1-0 lead as they bat in the bottom of the second. Jaden Kay will lead things off, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore from Billings, Montana, Billings High School, by way of North Dakota State and Coffeyville Community College. The season, Kay hitting .280, 2 home runs, 20 RBI, had 3 hits on Thursday night. The 1-0 delivery to Kay is high and outside, 2-0. Kay on the year against Southeastern, 5 of 8, including those 3 hits on Thursday, has struck out just 1 time. Pitch inside, good eye by Kay, and now it's 3-0. The 3-0 delivery to Kay is right down the middle, strike 1, 3-1. We mentioned it the other night. First inning has been the best inning all year for Nichols. The run they scored here makes it their 52nd run scored in the first inning, which is by far their best. Next closest scoring inning is the second inning. So Colonels have gotten off to good starts for most of the season and off to a good start tonight. or this morning, after the home run by Zane Washington in the bottom of the first. Kay takes a strike on the inside corner looking. First strikeout of the game for Guth, and that will bring up Garrett Felix. Felix, the second baseman.
Next up for the Cardinals, the second baseman, number 6, Garrett Felix.
5'8", 172-pound sophomore from Scott, Louisiana, Acadiana High School by way of Bossier Parish Community College. Felix hitting .285 on the season, 3 home runs, 20 driven in. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. And Felix takes high and outside, 1-0. Cardinals 16-7 this season when they score in the first inning. So another positive stat. See if they can make it 17-7. As Felix takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Felix on the year against Southeastern, 5 of 19. Scored 4 runs. Struck out 4 times and walked 1. 1-1 delivery to Felix, fouled off, 1-2. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0. Nichols leading Southeastern on Zane Washington's 8th home run of the season. This ball fouled off. Stays 1-2. Washington's home run keeps him in third place for the Cardinals on the season, but just 1 behind Paz and Alvarez, who had 9 on the season for the team lead. 1-2 delivery. Well outside, 2-2. After Felix, it'll be Austin Kane here in the bottom of the second. Guth with the delivery, and this is fouled off on the left side, past the left field bleachers. And the count will stay 2-2. 76-degree morning here in Thibodaux. Blue skies, intermittent clouds. It'll warm up to about 88 degrees at some point. You can imagine with all the rain last night, it is humid here. As this ball is lashed into left field, it'll be a base hit for Garrett Felix. So Felix getting his first hit of the series. And his 6th against Southeastern pitching this season. A 1-out single for Felix will bring up Austin Kane. Kane hitting .210, no home runs, 14 driven in. Kane, a 6-foot, 185-pound junior out of St. Joseph, Illinois. St. Joseph's Ogden High School by way of Heartland Community College. And here's a throw over to first, and back easily is Felix. Lefty-righty matchup here. Kane, the right-hander, an all-Southland third team at third base last year for the Colonels. Here's the stretch in the pitch, an off-speed pitch. It's on the outside corner, strike 1 to Kane. Kane didn't have any at-bats in the first series against Southeastern earlier this year. Went 1 for 2 on Thursday, though, with a walk and a strikeout. This pitch low and outside, 1-1. Cardinal fans, the second inning sponsored by Salad Station. Make sure you visit the Salad Station right here in Thibodaux. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Nichols. As here's a throw over to first, down in the dirt. Faulkner able to dig that out. set by Guth. Checks the runner. There goes the runner, and this ball lined into left field. It's going to be a base hit. They're going to hold Felix wisely. In fact, they're going to throw back behind him at second, but he's back easily. And gotta laugh at the Colonel fans finally saying, hold those runners up, as a single by Kane makes it first and second for Nichols here in the bottom of the second after all the base running opportunities that have been cut down by Southeastern, not taking any chances. Tristan Welch, not quite as good as Christian Garcia out there in the outfield, but still has 5 outfield assists, so they weren't going to test his arm despite the fact that Felix had the running start. So 2 on now for Austin Trahan, who did not catch on Thursday, getting the start this evening on the season. Trahan hitting .222, no home runs, 3 driven in, 5'10", 180-pound sophomore from Sugar Land, Texas, George Ranch High School. Attended Paris Junior College before coming here to Thibodaux and looking to come up with a base hit here and extend the Colonels' lead. As he rips this down the left field line, it'll curl foul and go into the Colonels' bullpen. Good swing by Trahan, but just out in front of it, 0-2. Trahan did not play against Southeastern earlier this year. Last week against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, only getting 1 plate appearance. Went 0 for 1. Did have a sac fly RBI, though, on Sunday in that heartbreaking loss. Off-speed pitch, and he can't make contact with this one. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Guth. And so it'll take a 2-out hit from Parker Cadieux to push across another run. Cadieux, the Colonel's shortstop, a 6-foot, 170-pound sophomore from Thibodaux, Louisiana, right here at E.D. White High School. Hitting .300, 2 home runs, 14 driven in. Looking for a base hit here and maybe find something in the gap. This pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Parker Cadieux nodding his approval of the call. Cardinals fans saying, Parker, we need you, and they do. Base hit would be huge here. Outside, and that'll run the count 1-1. 2 out here in the bottom of the second, 1-0. Nichols leading Southeastern. One ball, 1 strike. Guth, not exactly as quick a worker as Will Kinsler was the other night. He was basically catching it and ready to go, but Guth taking his time, especially in this situation for the Lions. Now behind in the count, 2-1 to Parker Cadieux in the bottom of the second. This pitch on the outside corner. That'll run the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Of course, everybody going to be keeping an eye on the Southland scoreboard as well. UNO taking on Northwestern State. That is a huge game for Nichols, as that ball's high and outside, 3-2. Both those teams a half game ahead of Nichols coming into today. So if Nichols can get this morning victory, it would be a 3-way tie for third. McNeese wrapping up their series with HBU. Texas A&M Corpus Christi taking on UIW. All those games later, of course. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners go. Pitch is on the outside corner. Parker Cadieux flips the bat. He knows that was a good pitch by Guth and a huge pitch to get out of a huge jam. No runs, 2 hits No errors, 2 men left on. Nichols leading Southeastern 1-0 through 2 innings on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Can hospice help you? At Haydell Memorial Hospice, our mission is to provide
Nichols
quality,
Athletics would like to
compassionate,
thank their
end-of-life
corporate
care
partners.
to patients and their families in the
One
Tri
Love,
Parish area.
People's Health,
Locally
your
owned and
Medicare health
operated,
team.
we provide a
Off the
holistic
Hook,
approach
the
to
official
hospice
Cajun
care,
restaurant of
focusing
Nichols
on the patient and
Athletics.
the immediate
Ticket
family's
Smarter,
needs and
the
beliefs.
official
At
ticket
Haydell
resale
Memorial
partner of
Hospice,
Nichols
our goal is to
Athletics.
deliver the highest
Thibodaux
standard
Regional
of
Health
care,
System,
enhancing
the
other
official
patients'
sports medicine
dignity,
provider of
comfort,
Nichols
and quality
Athletics.
in their final
Hooters,
stages of life.
bring your
Voted
ticket in
Best
within the
Patient
next
and
2 weeks
Caregiver
for
Experience
free
by Hospice
appetizer.
Honors in
Morgan
2016
Stanley.
and
For over 80
2017.
years, Morgan
At
Stanley
Haydell
has
Memorial
served as a
Hospice,
global
we
leader
are
in
your
wealth
neighbors,
management.
helping neighbors.
Local advisors
Call us
Tim
today
Emerson
at
and Marguerite Knight are proud supporters of Nichols
985-6020.
Athletics.
Again,
Louisiana's
that's
Cajun Bayou, where Cajun
985-655-1020.
lifestyle is unlike any other.
Be
Visit our
connected to
website
medical
at
professionals 24/7.
24/7.
Haydell
to
Memorial
learn
Hospice,
more.
completing the gift of life.
Tyler Terrio has struck out 3 of the first 6 batters he faced so far as he goes to work on the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Southeastern here in the top of the 3rd. Paul Boron with you, in for Jack Benjamin. Colonels leading the Lions 1-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd. A solo home run by Zane Washington in the bottom of the 1st, getting the Colonels going. And Terrio has looked sharp thus far. Here's the wind and the pitch. As this pitch outside, 1-0. It is Christian Garcia, the right fielder, leading things off, hitting .250 on the season. Garcia, the defensive hero the other night, grounds it hard to 3rd, scooped up by Kane across the diamond for the first out of the inning. First 7 set down now by Terrio as Tristan Welch will step up. Welch hit the deciding blow Thursday night, a solo home run.
Next up for the Lions, the
It
left
ended up
fielder,
being
number
the
19,
game-winning run for
Christian
Welch, hitting .241 on the season. Nine home runs, 15 driven in. Hit his home run just about same place Zane Washington hit his this morning. 1-0 count to Welch. Pitch just off the plate. Trahan tried to bring it back, unable to do so. And the count 2-0 now to Welch. There's a pitch on the corner for a strike. Welch has now had 15 at-bats against the Colonels this season. This is at-bat number 16 as he takes a strike. And that was his first hit against the Colonels, and it was a big one, a solo home run. The 2-2. That's on the inside corner, and he is caught looking. Terrio rolling along, 4 strikeouts now. Again, worth mentioning that Southeastern does not strike out often, but they have struck out a bunch so far through the first 11 and 2/3 innings of this series. Terrio put down the first 8, looks to do the same to Bryce Grozafi, the catcher. He takes a pitch just off the outside corner. Trahan kind of giving a second look back at umpire Darren here. Almost looked like he was asking, are you sure? And even Grozafi kind of looked back, shocked that it wasn't a strike call. This one fouled back into the screen, 1-1. Grozafi the other night went 0 for 3. He did score a run because he did draw a walk and got on the base path. Also threw out a runner, stealing. We saw the arm on Thursday, and we saw it in the first when Dane Simon got off first base a little too far, and Grizafi was able to get him. This ball fouled off to our right side. That will hit off the sidewalk near the stands. And that was even the count at 2-2. Grizafi looking to keep the inning alive for the Lions. Terrio comes set, works out of the stretch. Here's the 2-2 just low. That'll run the count full 3-2. Top of the third here at Didier Field, and it is 1-0. Nichols leading Southeastern. The 3-2. This ball lined out to short, and Cadu able to easily handle that one. The line out means 9 up and 9 down for the Lions. Tyler Terrio, the junior pitcher, looking great so far through 2.5 innings, and the Colonels lead the Lions 1-0 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Energize your business with Bayou Black Electric Supply in Homa. When you're elbow deep in a job, the last thing you need is to lose time and money fetching electrical supplies. Bayou Black Electric will deliver your items to the job site. There's daily scheduled service throughout South Louisiana, Lafourche, Terrebonne, Morgan City, New Iberia, and Lafayette, plus the river parishes too. If you need parts, call Bayou Black Electric Supply. 95-223-8807, Highway 311 in Homa.
The other day, someone said they saw a roach the size of a nutria down around Cutoff. I don't know about that, but nasty pests like roaches, termites, ants, and spiders are running wild up and down the bayou. You got bug problems? Call Terminex and the Bayou Boys, Dan and Billy Foster. They'll be there in a jiffy to protect your home or business. So whether you live up the bayou or down the bayou, Terminex is here to get rid of bugs any size.
So call those Bayou Boys. They'll get you Terminex tough.
Nichols Colonels looking for their 17th home win of the season. And this 9 a.m. start here at Didier Field, and bats have been awakened early, got the wake-up call. 3 hits for the Colonels so far, including a solo home run from Zane Washington in the bottom of the first. He'll be up second this inning. First up is Dane Simon. He walked, but was cut down, leading a little too far off. Grizafi caught him napping, and unfortunately that made Zane Washington's potential 2-run homer just a solo home run. But Simon will get another chance here in the third with his team up 1-0. Pitch inside from Adam Guth into his third inning of work. The Southland Conference Pitcher of the Week back on March 21st. Guth also works out of the stretch, even with no runners on. And the lefty delivers, and this ball lined into right field, a base hit. So Simon on for the second time today. And you know he's not going to drift too far off of first base after getting picked off earlier. So here is Zane Washington, the offensive hero so far. He deposited a Guth delivery over the left center field wall back in the first, and that's the difference as the Colonels lead it 1-0. Washington, with his home run, also extended his current on-base streak to 10 on the season. And Washington's going to lay down a bunt back at Guth. Guth will throw over to Faulkner, so the sacrifice bunt will get Simon over to second. So 2 great at-bats for Zane Washington. And Simon down in scoring position for Edgar Alvarez. We mentioned on-base streaks. Edgar Alvarez currently comes into this game on a 21-game streak, looking to extend that right here. 1 out, and Simon down at second. Nichols looking to push across a second run here in the bottom of the third against Guth. Alvarez popped to short his first time up. Simon dancing around behind Guth, and Guth gave him a second look before delivering outside 1-0. Last week, Alvarez went 1 for 7 against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. He did drive in a couple runs on a 2-run homer on Friday. And he takes this pitch on the outside corner, 1-1. Guth has done a good job working the outside corner against the left-handed hitters. He did it last inning against Parker Cadu, hitting the outside part of the plate on all 3 strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Simon takes a couple jab steps away from second. Alvarez can't catch up with that fastball, and he's in a hole, 1-2. Colonel fans, this inning of Nichols baseball is sponsored by Ground Patty of Homa. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alvarez. Evan Keller kind of creeping in behind Simon, keeping him close as this pitch is outside, and Alvarez kind of freezes and looks at umpire Darren here for a moment, making sure he wasn't going to give him a pitch that far off the outside corner, and he did not, so that evens the count at 2-2. 1 out, bottom of the third. 1-0 Nichols. This pitch down in the dirt and outside, and that'll run the count full, 3-2. Alec Paz waiting on deck. Colonels looking to open up the lead a little bit here in the bottom of the third. In support of Tyler Terrio, who has been awesome through 3 innings. Guth checks the runner, checks again, and the pitch. Alvarez chops this one foul. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Mentioned Alvarez spent a season at Seminole State, 301 last year, with 3 home runs and 33 driven in. Pitch to Alvarez well off the plate and high. So 2 runners on for Nichols here, as Alvarez does indeed extend his reached base streak now to 22 games.
Next up for the Colonels,
2 on for the cleanup hitter, Alec Paz.
designated hitter, Alec Paz.
Paz hitting 9 home runs this season, 28 driven in. Looking for a big hit here with 2 runners on for the Colonels here in the bottom of the third. Here's the wind and the pitch to Paz. That's a good pitch by Guth on the inside corner. Paz popped up to first back in the first inning. Big gap between third and short as Evan Keller and Rhett Rosevear both kind of playing close to second base. Not quite double play depth, but trying to keep that runner close. As this ball hit into left field, that's a base hit. They're going to test the arm of Tristan Welch, and he's going to have his throw cut off as the run will score. Dane Simon comes around on the 1-out base hit from Alec Paz, RBI number 29 of the season. And the Colonels lead it 2-0. Coming up with some clutch hitting is Alec Paz. And that will bring up Jaden Kay. Kay coming into this game on an 8-game hit streak. Had 3 on Thursday. See if he can come up with number 9 as he grounds this one to third. Might be 2. Over to second for 1. Over to first for the double play. It's a 5-4-3 double play. But not before the Colonels are able to add a second run on the board on the RBI single by Alec Paz. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 man left on. We've played 3 complete in Thibodaux. Nichols leading Southeastern 2-0 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
A grade C is just average. A grade B, better. But an A is excellent. And an A is what Thibodeau Regional earned for patient safety from the Leapfrog Group, a leading healthcare quality and safety organization. This A in patient safety is yet another confirmation of Thibodeau Regional's commitment to providing patients with the highest quality, safest care.
Do you love being outdoors but find the sun's harsh rays wreak havoc on your eyes? You can experience comfortable quality vision on even the sunniest days. Mitchell Family Eye Care, Thibodeau's 5-star rated family vision and medical eye doctors, also one of the largest dealers of designer sunglasses in the region. And the doctors and the staff at Mitchell Family Eye Care are committed to providing the most advanced eye care available. Mention this ad for an exclusive 30% off any Costa Del Mar polarized sunglasses. See the difference of Mitchell Family Eye Care.
On March 25th, Tyler Terrio had a no decision against Southeastern, going 6 1/3, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs, striking out 2 and walking 2. Well, he's already struck out 4 today and has pitched 3 perfect innings as he goes back to work in the top of the 4th. Top of the lineup due up for Southeastern: Evan Keller, Rhett Rosevear, and Tyler Finke. Keller flew to left his first time up. As he'll go to work against Tyler Terrio, who has been dominant thus far. And there's a pitch low and outside to Keller, the graduate student from Destrehan High School by way of LSU Eunice, a preseason All-Southland first-teamer. He was an all-conference second team last year. As this pitch is a strike at the letters on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch by Terrio, and it is 1-1. Keller holding up the right hand, asking for time as he gets set in the box. Terrio quickly delivering as soon as he gets back in the box, and that is outside 2-1. Fans, make sure you stay up to date with Colonel Athletics on social media. Visit us on Go Colonels on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. And be sure to check out our latest videos at youtube.com/Nichols Athletics. Good pitch by Terrio. Catching Keller looking, and it's 2-2 now. To the Lions shortstop. Nichols pretty much playing straight away. Parker Cadu shading a little bit towards second and playing it deep short. As this count runs full to 3-2 to Keller. Keller, a career .281 hitter. And he takes a walk there. So first base runner for the Lions is Evan Keller on a walk, just the 24th walk Terrio has allowed all year. And the Lions get their leadoff runner on, and that'll bring up Rhett Rosevear. He was caught looking the first time. Rosevear 1 of 3 again the other night with a run driven in. And he takes the first pitch outside. Rosevear, a preseason All-Southland second team selection. He's on the 2021 All-Tournament team. Here's a quick throw down to first by Trahan. Keller back easily, but a good job by Trahan to keep him close. There's a throw over to first, keeping Keller close. (16 of 21 stealing bases this season is Keller, so a good idea to keep him close. Terrio's 1-1 delivery is going to be a throw over to first. Alvarez puts the tag on Keller's back, but he is back easily. Wind blowing out towards right center, but ever so slightly, just at 4 miles an hour right now. But this ball ripped to right, Washington fakes like he might be able to catch it, but it is going to drop in front of him, but he's able to hold Keller to just advancing to second. But trouble here for Terrio as he gives up his first hit, and the first two runners are on for Southeastern here in the top of the fourth. Keller at second, Rosefield at first as Tyler Finke, the center fielder, will come up. Finke flew to center in his first at bat. Finke is a career .283 hitter. 7 of his 11 home runs in his career coming this season. Terrio will check the runner at second. And Finke showing bunt, but taking low and outside 1-0. Finke has started now 46 of the 47 games played for Southeastern this season. Terrio working a little more deliberately here. Delivers up high, 2-0. Terrio, his first real danger of this game. He's rolling along, but a walk and a base hit. So 2-0. Finke pops this bunt up, but Kane's not going to be able to get there as it lands just in front of the Nichols on deck circle. Kane got a good jump, but no chance he was going to get there. And it's 2-1, and we'll see if Coach Reiser keeps the bunt on here for Finke as he goes through his signs. Finke looks down at his head coach. Keller at second, Rosevear at first. 2-0 Nichols leading Southeastern here in the top of the fourth. That pitch off the plate now, 3-1. Feeling like a big moment in the game. Terrio looking in and asking Darren here where that pitch was. Trahan dropped the pitch. And Terrio thought it still had caught the plate. The 3-1. This bunt popped up. Kane and Terrio. Terrio makes a dive and grab. An unbelievable play by Terrio. Sprinting off the mound and diving in front of Kane. Kane might have been able to get there as well, but the pitcher says, I'll do it myself. And he made an unbelievable dive and grab and a huge first out here in the top of the fourth. But Preston Faulkner stepping in now. The most dangerous man in this Lions lineup. Team leader, 13 home runs, and team leading 53 runs driven in. Big first out, though, for Terrio. Let's see if he can get around Faulkner. Runners go, or just the lead runner goes. So it'll be a stolen base for Keller. Rosevear faked like he was going to take off. Trahan thought about throwing down to second if he had gone, but now it'll be runners on the corners, and we'll see how the Colonels play this. If they play double play depth and are okay giving up the one run, or if they're going to look to take away the run. 0-1 count now to Faulkner. Faulkner had a poor at bat his first time up. And struck out looking. Here's a quick throw over to first, and it looked like Rosevear was leaning a little bit. So he might be taking off as well. Terrio, 0-1 delivery just off the plate. Trahan tried to hold it there, hoping to get the call, unable to get it. 1-1. Runners on the corners for the Lions. Top of the fourth. First threatening situation for Southeastern against Terrio, who had set down the first 9 before running into a little trouble here as this ball is lashed into right center field. It's going to drop in the gap for Faulkner. 1 run is going to score. Rosevear on his way to third. He'll stop there. It is a stand-up double for Faulkner, and the Lions get 1 back on the RBI double, RBI number 54 of the year for Preston Faulkner. Went with the pitch and took it right into the gap. And the Lions have their first run of the game. It's 2-1 now. That will bring up Shea Thomas. Thomas flew to right his first time up. 3 home runs, 29 RBI. We'll see how Terrio works with Champ Artigues behind him. And in fact, they're going to discuss that exact situation to see how they want to attack Shea Thomas, as Cody Livingston, the Colonels pitching coach, will make his way out. Thomas, a dangerous hitter, and he's a right-handed hitter, whereas Artigues is a lefty waiting on deck. So I imagine they're not going to give Shea Thomas a lot to hit here and take their chances with Artigues, who's only driven 8 runs all season long. Big moment in the ball game for Nichols. Again, the standings coming into this morning's game. McNeese leading the Southland 14-9. They have just about clinched the number 1 seed. Southeastern would have to win both games, and McNeese would have to lose against HPU, which after the first 2 games seems pretty unlikely. This pitch grounded to short. It's going to get the run in as Cadu will throw across the diamond. So the run scores as RBI number 30 for Shea Thomas, a ground out. Ties the game at 2, but gets the Colonels the second out of the inning, and that will bring up Champ Artigues with 2 out, 2 in, and a runner at third. Artigues was strikeout victim number 3 of 4 for Terrio. Looking for another one here as this ball is lifted. Left field, drifting back. Dane Simon takes 4 steps back and makes the catch for the final out of the inning, but not before the Lions get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on. We've played 3.5 in Thibodaux. It's Southeastern 2 and Nichols 2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Home health services in South Lafourche are vital right now. Look no further than Lady of the Sea Home Health, where the sick, the elderly, and the homebound. Caring staff makes each day a little brighter, a little better. With quality health care and warm, genuine support, you and your loved ones are the most comfortable, content, and independent in your own home. Speak to your physician today about home health services at Lady of the Sea. Call 985-632-6900 for more information. Quality health care locally for you.
Shrimp boulettes, po' boys, and some of Louisiana's freshest seafood. Wander off the eating path on the Cajun Bayou Food Trail, featuring 16 of the best restaurants up and down the bayou in Lafourche Parish. 5 stops on the trail earn you a free t-shirt. Ooh, that's good, yeah. Download your map and passport today at lacajunbayou.com. And get to eating, chef.
Nichols scoring in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the third, but Southeastern getting 2 in the top half of this 4th inning. And we will go to the bottom half of the 4th with Garrett Felix, Austin Kane, and Austin Trahan due up for Nichols. This inning is sponsored by Gator Coolers. Garrett Felix singled his last time up. Back in the second. First of 2 hitters to get hits in that inning, but the Colonels could not push across a run as Adam Guth struck out the other 3 batters of that inning. And now Guth goes back out onto the hill with this ball game tied at 2. And the Colonels will look to get the lead back here. 1-0 to count to Felix. Felix now 6 of 20 against Southeastern this season, as he hits this one foul in this lefty-lefty matchup. Felix last week went 3 of 11 against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Drove in 3, scored 2 runs. Had a double and a triple on Friday of that series. He also struck out 4 times. Two balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 4th. As Felix hammers this one foul. That'll make it a 2-2 count. In the Southland standings, we didn't finish the thought. Southeastern a half game behind McNeese in the race for the conference championship. They are the only 2 teams now that can win the championship, and even though it would be a tie if Southeastern were to win both the games and McNeese were to win. McNeese, by way of record, would get the #1 overall seed. As Felix hits a comebacker at Guth, and Guth throws over to first for the first down of the inning. Nichols coming in at 11-11, currently sitting in 5th, a half game behind New Orleans and Northwestern State. UNO and the Demons playing later today. If Nichols can win both of these games, they have the better head-to-head against both of those teams, and obviously would against Southeastern. So still the opportunity to get the #2 seed and host the 4-team pod that would play with the 2, 3, 6, and 7 seeds. As this is a ground ball that is going to stay fair as it just trickles down the third base line. Shea Thomas knew he wasn't going to throw out Austin Kane and waited it out, but not only did it not drift foul, it more drift back towards the field of play. And so it's an infield single for Austin Kane, his second hit of the game. And that'll bring up catcher Austin Trahan. Trahan struck out his first time up. Kane reaching base for the second time in 2 innings. Guth out of the stretch. Checks the runner Kane. As this ball is chopped foul. Colonels looking to retake the lead. After jumping ahead 1-0 and then extending to 2. Now it is 2-2. If you're wondering if Kane might steal, he is 3 of 6 this season. As this ball will go to the backstop, he's not going to have to steal second. He's going to go to second on the wild pitch. So the Colonels have a runner in scoring position. We'll see if Trahan can come up with a clutch hit here. Got just 3 runs driven in this season. Looking for #4 now with the count 1-1. Trahan, a 5'11", 190-pound junior out of New Iberia, Louisiana. Went to New Iberia High School and Coffeyville Community College. As he takes this pitch off the plate, 2-1 now. Trahan to be followed by Parker Cadu. Also a strikeout victim back in the second inning. Nichols looking to retake the lead against Southeastern here in the bottom of the 4th as Guth will turn and throw behind Kane, and he is back easily. Tag applied by Rosevear down at second. Just looking to keep Kane close. This pitch up high to Trahan, and now the count 3-1 to the Nichols catcher. Trahan spent 2 seasons with Coffeyville Community College. In the shortened season by COVID, he had a .370 average in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. Now full count, 3-2 to Trahan. Kane down at second, 1 out. The Stretch and the 3-2 delivery. And he gets Trahan swinging, off-speed pitch. Trahan goes down on strikes for the second time in this game. Now there are 2 outs with a runner at second, and Parker Cadu will step up.
Number 29, shortstop,
Cadu
Cadu.
took 3 pitches right on the black. 3 beautiful pitches by Guth to go down looking back in the second. Chance again to get RBI number 15 here for Cadu and put the Nichols Colonels back on top. Stretch in the pitch, and he gets that outside corner again. Boy, he is just painting the black against Cadu, more so than any other player for the Colonels so far this morning. The 0-1. Cadu rips this one into right field. It's a base hit, and the Colonels are going to go back on top on an RBI 2-out single by Parker Cadu. RBI number 15 of the season. And Nichols back ahead 3-2 as Kane comes across with the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 4th.
For the Colonels, number 13.
And back to the top of the order, Dane Simon. Walked in the first, singled and scored in the third. And steps up with Nichols back on top now, 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Simon will step out of the box. Here's the stretch and the pitch up high. Guth comes set. Simon grounds it to third. Thomas charges and fires across. Throw pulls Faulkner off the base, and he couldn't catch it. Now he can't find the ball. Cadu around third, coming to the plate, and he's going to score. So Cadu comes all the way around. The throw pulled Faulkner off the base, and then it bounced off his glove. He had no idea where it was, and Parker Cadu never stopped running, and the Colonels add to their lead as he comes all the way around from first on the error. And it is 4-2 Nichols. So, an unlikely scoring play. We mentioned it Thursday that the Lions were the team leader in fielding in the Southland Conference. Just 42 errors going into this series. Now it's number 43. And Matt Reiser out talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not really sure what he might be discussing. That home plate umpire is going to check with his fellow umpires. I don't know. The ball was live, so it's not like a timeout could have been called or anything like that. There was certainly no base runner interference, so this is an interesting discussion. You can hear the fans discussing it as well. But the home plate umpire, Darren here, after checking with Tanner Simmons and Jeff Bierman, says nothing nefarious taking place, and Nichols now has their 2-run lead back in an unlikely way. 4-2 Nichols in the bottom of the 4th as Zane Washington will step up. He put the Colonels on the board in the bottom of the 1st with a solo home run. Then had a beautiful sac bunt in the 3rd. Now batting in the 4th with Dane Simon down at first after the error on Faulkner. guess the error could be on Thomas for pulling Faulkner off, but then Faulkner not catching the ball allowed Cadu to come around and score. Either way, a costly error for the Lions, as Simon will get chased back. Nichols leading it 4-2 over Southeastern. Looking to move into a three-way tie for third and back within a game of Southeastern on this final weekend. There goes Simon. Washington swings and misses. Grozaffi's throw carries into center field, but it'll be a stolen base for Simon. For Simon, that is stolen base number 18 in 24 attempts. So runner in scoring position. Nichols already has two in, looking for another, as it's now 2-2 to Washington. Washington, after his RBI, had tied for the team lead at 28, but then Paz, or excuse me, second on the team. But Paz getting his RBI, moved back into second place on the Colonels as Washington takes 3-2 now. Washington looking to keep this inning alive that started with a ground out, then an infield single, a wild pitch, a strikeout, and then an RBI single by Parker Cadu. And then the error by the Lions that resulted in Parker Cadu coming all the way around to score. That pitch is inside. Washington has drawn the walk. So third at bat that Washington has reached base. Excuse me, second time, but he also had a sacrifice, so he is 1 for 1, has reached base twice. And that will bring up Edgar Alvarez. Alvarez continuing his base reach streak, as Matt Reiser is now going to come out and talk to his freshman pitcher, who might be a little rattled as to the way this has all come about. Here in the bottom of the fourth, the infield single by Kane, a dribbler down the third base line that Thomas let go, and then the hard hit, base hit single by Parker Cadu. The error and now the walk. For Guth now, he has walked 3 in this ball game. And Reiser will go back to the dugout, and Guth will go back to work. Guth now with 79 pitches, and there is a little activity starting in the bullpen for the Lions as this pitch is outside. Just starting to get active in that Lions bullpen. 1-0, the count to Alvarez. Alvarez 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes this pitch on the corner, 1-1. Nichols leading Southeastern 4-2. First game of a doubleheader with a 9 a.m. start. Guth checks the runner at second. Comes home, and Alvarez takes the off-speed pitch up high. Pitch off the plate as well, now 3-1. So a hitter's count for Guth As hurriedly getting warmed up in the bullpen is Rob Hayden for Southeastern. Chance for the Colonels to bust this open a little bit here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 delivery to Alvarez. Swung on and tipped into Grizafi's glove, and that will run the count full. And that means the base runners will get a head start. Dane Simon down at second, Zane Washington at first. If Alvarez can drop one in here, they're shading him slightly to right field in the outfield. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. There go the runners. Alvarez foul tip, and we will do it again as Simon and Washington will have to go back. Guth so far has thrown 48 strikes in his 80 pitches. 3-2 as Guth checks the runners again. There they go. Alvarez rips this one in. Faulkner dives to his left at first and makes the catch, robbing the Colonels of a 2-run double. But not before the Colonels able to get 1 run on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on. We have played 4 in Thibodaux. The Colonels leading Southeastern 4-2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Set yourself up for success when planning your next event. Whether it be a festival, Mardi Gras rodeo, or outdoor music venue, Joe's Septic Contractors knows that it's important to cover your bases well before the days of your event. Joe's Septic Contractors can supply 1810 3- and 2-stall restroom air-conditioned trailers anytime, anywhere, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Planning an event? Visit Joe's Septic at bizcom.net with locations in Cutoff, Thibodaux, Fourchon, Abbeville, and Reserve.
If you suffer from neck or back pain, get relief from the experts at Thibodaux Regional Spine Center. We'll start with an evaluation and develop a treatment plan just for you. We offer non-surgical treatment options and, if needed, minimally invasive surgery, which can mean a quicker recovery. Get relief from neck and back pain and get back to work and play with Thibodaux Regional Spine Center. Call 985-493-4501. 493-4501.
It might have been a 9 a.m. start, but both teams hitting the baseball. 9 hits combined for these two teams, 7 of those for Nichols, and they now lead at 4-2 after both teams exchange 2-run fourths. And now Tyler Terrio will go back on the hill with a lead once again. 4-2, Nichols leading Southeastern. Paul Boron with you from Didier Field, the first of 2 on the last day of the Southland Conference season, as he delivers a strike on the corner, 0-1. Garcia, Welch, and Grizafi due up here for the Lions in the top of the 5th as this ball lashed right back through the box. It's a leadoff single for Christian Garcia. So not what Terrio was looking for, going back on the hill, giving up the leadoff hit.
Next up for the Lions, the left fielder,
as Tristan Welch will come up. Struck out looking back in the 3rd. Previous outing against Southeastern, we mentioned Terrio got a no decision 6 1/3. Last year against Southeastern, he also got a no decision, pitching 3 innings, giving up 1 earned run, striking out a couple, as he delivers a strike to Welch. Welch, the number 8 hitter, had a big solo home run on Thursday that was the difference, at least from the hitting perspective for Southeastern. Really, that game won by their pitching and their defense. Swinging and missing wildly on that one is Welch, and he's in a hole 0-2. So Terrio bouncing right back after giving up the leadoff single, ahead in the count 0-2 to Welch, with Bryce Grizafi waiting on deck. Quick throw over to first, and Garcia is back easily. Garcia 9 of 16 on the base paths, stealing this year. This ball lifted foul on the right side. stay at 0-2. This fifth inning of Nichols baseball, sponsored by Jimmy John's. No balls, 2 strikes to the Lions' left fielder. And he skies this one on the left side. Calling for it is Trahan, and he's got it as he tosses away the mask for the first out of the inning. Terrio had come off the mound. Kane had come charging in from third, but Trahan took command and catches the pop foul for the first out of the inning. Bryce Gorzafi lined out to short his last time up. And here his nickname obviously is Grizz. Lions bench saying, let's go Grizz. A Southland Conference Hitter of the Week back on April 18th. Preseason All Southland selection out of Morgan City, Louisiana, Central Catholic High School. Hitting .254 for his career. Takes a strike there, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Terrio, so far, 63 pitches, 41 of those have been strikes. As this ball skied right around second, Parker Cadu, right behind the Nichols logo, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And we go back to the top of the order. Evan Keller, last inning, led off with a walk, stole second, and would come around to score the first run for the Lions. And that 2-run fourth that was answered by a 2-run bottom of the fourth by Nichols. Terrio delivers a strike on the corner. Beautiful pitch by the left-hander. Terrio last year making 21 appearances on the mound, 2 starts. He was 3-3 with a save. ERA was 5.77 last year. Obviously, so much better this year. 2.88 ERA. The team leader in ERA. Or second, actually, behind Brandon Andrews out of the bullpen, but leading all the starters. Team leader in wins as well. Innings pitched now at 79 2/3. He has been reliable for the Colonels. As this one outside 1-1. Slow down on the strikeouts here in this game after striking out 4 of the first 9 hitters he faced. Not recorded another one since, as he bounces this one in front of Trahan, who has no idea where it is. Terrio has to come off the mound to come scoop it up, but that wild pitch will allow Christian Garcia to go down to second. So the Lions have a runner in scoring position now, with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Terrio's off-speed pitch just going about 58 feet. Trahan got the chest protector to it, but kicked to his left, and he couldn't find it. 2-1 delivery. Off-speed pitch on the corner is a beauty and drops Evan Keller to one leg, or to his right leg, right knee, trying to go after that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if Terrio can get out of this 2-out jam with a runner at second. This one is going to go all the way to the backstop as well. And again, Terrio has to come off the mound because Trahan could not find it. It had gone behind him, and he was blocked, I think, by the home plate umpire. Couldn't see the ball. Terrio, good awareness to get off the hill and go find it. But now Garcia is 90 feet away as the count goes full 3-2. The 3-2. Chopped foul. Trahan quickly out of his stance, but it is in foul territory down the third base line. So we'll do it again. 3-2 count from Trahan, or from Terrio, as Trahan can't frame that one, as that one was well off the plate. And it'll be runners on the corners for the Lions here in the top of the fifth. And Rhett Rosevear, who struck out in the first, singled and scored last inning. Chance to get the Lions one back here. Rosevear has driven in 19 this season. Quick throw over to first. Easily back as they keep an eye on Keller. I mentioned Keller stole a base last inning, which was number 17 in 22 attempts. Pitch up high from Terrio. Wants to get out of this inning before the heart of the lineup comes up 3, 4, and 5. Preston Faulkner's already done some damage. Tyler Finke in front of him is 0-2, but they want to see him next inning. And there's a good delivery by Terrio to Rosevear to even the count at 1-1. With Christian Garcia at third, Evan Keller at first, 2 outs, top of the fifth. It is 4-2 Nichols leading it after an RBI single by Parker Cadu, and then the hustle by Parker Cadu in the bottom of the fourth, hustling around from first off after an error. Runner goes. They fake the throw down to second, but it'll be another stolen base for Keller. And now the Lions with 2 runners in scoring position. And Rosevear ahead in the count, 2-1. Feels like a big point in this ball game if Terrio can get out of this jam. The 2-1 delivery. Off-speed pitch, and Rosevear swings and misses. And the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the fifth. Terrio operating with a 2-run lead. Here's the delivery. This one is chopped to first. It's going to stay fair. Alvarez will quickly beat Rosevear to the bag. Rosevear wasn't taking anything for granted. He went hustling down the first base line, but Alvarez able to make the play, and the Lions can't take advantage of a scoring threat as Terrio gets out of the jam. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on. We're halfway through in Thibodaux. The Colonels leading the Lions 4-2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Moving your body has the power to move your mood, and there's never been a better time to prioritize your mental and physical wellness. At Snap Fitness Thibodaux, we're on a mission to help everybody create positive lifestyle habits that make them feel fantastic. We believe that mood matters most. Sure, an active lifestyle will get you looking great, but we focus on what's important, and that's feeling great. At Snap Fitness Thibodaux, you lift not just for your muscles, but also for your mood. Visit snapfitness.com or call Ken 985-447-1685 to learn how we're refreshing fitness, so you can take the first step towards feeling great. Snap Fitness, for the feeling.
Ticket Smarter, the smarter way to buy tickets to live events. If you're looking to experience and enjoy the power and excitement of all the best sports, concerts, and video events, visit Ticketsmarter.com and download the app today. Don't miss out, Smart fans. Start at Ticketsmarter.com.
Game 1 of 2 in a season-ending doubleheader between Southeastern and Nichols, and the Colonels leading it 4-2 midway through as the heart of the lineup due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Alec Paz, Jaden Kay, and Garrett Felix due up. Paz had an RBI single back in the 3rd. At the time, gave the Colonels a 2-0 lead. Guth back to work. And his first delivery to Paz is inside. Paz first inning at bat was a pop out before getting that RBI single. 1 for 2 on the day. And he takes this pitch outside, 2-0. Still activity down in the Lions bullpen. 2-0, fouled straight back. Mighty cut there by Paz. And it's 2-1. Got to feel like this is Guth's last inning and maybe last couple of batters. That was his 87th pitch. And Rob Hayden throwing with some urgency down there in the Lions bullpen. As Paz rips this one down the left field line, that's going to be a fair ball down in the left field corner. Paz around first, hustling towards second, and he will be in with a leadoff stand-up double. Good start to the bottom of the 5th for the Colonels as Paz gets the extra base hit, the double.
Next up for the Colonels, number 10, center fielder.
His 7th of the season, and Matt Reiser making his way out of the dugout. And it seems like this might be the end of the line for Adam Guth. As Reiser points to his bullpen, and Rob Hayden will make his way in from the bullpen as Guth's day is over, going 4+ and giving up 4 runs and responsible for Alec Paz down there at second. Pitching change in Thibodaux. The Colonels leading at 4-2 and looking for more on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Time is money. Don't waste both running around looking for filters, batteries, and belt sand related items. Fleet Supply Warehouse delivers. Fleet Supply offers daily scheduled delivery, including Bayou Lafourche, New Orleans, Morgan City, New Iberia, Lafayette, Thibodaux, Baton Rouge, the North Shore, plus the river parishes too. Automotive, lawn equipment, agricultural, marine, or industrial. Fleet Supply Warehouse, 985-868-0430. Venture Boulevard, Homa.
Hey, Mike Davis here. Looking for your next new vehicle? Come check us out at Golden Motors. Price is priority. Come place your very own order or choose what is in stock or coming in. Many 2022 Silverado trucks and SUVs to choose from. New vehicles are here on the way. Chevy, find new roads. And if you're looking for that slightly pre-owned or any make and model vehicle, we have it in our huge selection. Or don't see it, we can get it. Just stop by on the back road and cut off or call us at 985-325-1000.
Matt Reiser has gone to his bullpen as Adam Guth's day is over, and in is Hayden Robb. I believe I said Rob Hayden earlier, but Hayden Robb comes in with a 3-3 record, 6.50 ERA. He has made 16 appearances, 6 of them starts, pitched 36 innings this season, given up 41 hits, 26 earned runs. He has struck out 30 and walked 19. So Guth gives up the leadoff double to Paz, and you figured Rob, the way he was throwing down the bullpen, was going to be on his way in. And because he is a pitcher that has started, you expect him to maybe go a few innings as well with a doubleheader on tap, unless he gets into a jam. But he's going to have to work out of a jam to start with, as Alec Paz ripped a double down to the left field corner. He's down there at second with nobody out, and Jaden Kay coming to the plate. Kay hitting .280 this season. And he's going to lay down a bunt, and it is a beauty. They're going to have to hustle to get him, and the throw gets away down the first base line. And a run is going to score, although they're going to call interference on Kay. So Paz is going to have to go back to second, as they're going to call base running interference on Kay as he went up the first base line. So a perfect bunt by Kay, but they were going to say he ran up the left side of the base path, and that was the reason the throw got away, and that's unfortunate for many reasons. They were going to have runners at first and third. I'm not sure whether the running actually affected the throw, but on top of that, it would have, at the worst case, been a successful sacrifice, and the Colonels would have had a runner at third with one out, but Paz gets sent back to second. So it has been a rough weekend in the base paths for Kay. Remember, on Thursday he was cut down twice at third by Christian Garcia, and then in the ninth inning overran second. And now he gets called for interference running up the base path. As Mike Silva still talking it over with Darren here, trying to get an explanation. Sure, he would like to check with the umpires too, but the first base umpire is positioned over behind the pitcher's mound now with the runner at second, so the only view was from Darren here, and he made the call immediately, sending Jaden Kay to the dugout. But Coach Silva is not in agreement with this decision. Bottom of the fifth, Colonels looking to extend the lead. It looked like they were going to have a runner at third. I could see taking the run off the board, but I understand it's the rule, but obviously the sacrifice would have been successful regardless of the base running interference. So in my mind, Paz really deserves to be down at third, but they send him back to second because of the interference. And Coach Silva is starting to get a little more animated in his discussion with the umpires. So both head coaches have been out with discussions with the umpires in this game regarding base running and base running interference. And Silva's just been thrown out of the game. I said he was getting more animated, and now he is going after Darren here. And the third base umpire, Jeff Beeman, is getting in between, and he pushes his own umpire out of the way, telling him not to get engaged as Silva is hot. And Bierman warning Silva to get to the dugout. As the Colonel fans, well, give him a standing ovation. That discussion started out amicably enough, but Mike Silva did not like the explanation he was getting and grew more and more agitated with the home plate umpire, and now his morning is over as he will exit. And Mike Silva grabbing his bags, and he is heading out, being escorted by the third base umpire. So assistant coach Ladd Rhodes will take over.
Now batting for the Colonels, number 6.
He'll go out and coach third.
Felix.
And so things have gotten heated for sure. And we'll see what happens here as Hayden Robb gave up a bunt. It was going to be a successful sacrifice. Base running interference called on Jaden Kay. So now Garrett Felix up there with one out in the bottom of the fifth and a runner at second. So things getting interesting between these two rivals. Although it It's not between the rivals. Right now it's between Nichols and the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrett Felix. Here's a pitch inside, 2-1. So Felix will still look to pick up the RBI, who just would have been easier from scoring position at third base rather than second. 2 balls and a strike as Hayden Robb's pitch is off the plate, 3-1. Felix is singled in the second and grounded back to the mound back in the fourth. 3 balls, 1 strike with Austin Kane waiting on deck. Here is the 3-1 inside. Felix able to draw the walk.
Next up for the Colonels, number 15, third baseman.
That'll bring up third baseman Austin Kane. Kane so far has singled twice. He did it in the second and then singled and scored in the fourth. Now up there with 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. In a wild baseball game this morning, as the Colonels looking to keep their chances of hosting in the Southland Conference tournament next week. They cannot win the regular season title. They cannot finish even in a tie for first, but they can capture second and would host a pod of the 2, 3, 6, and 7 seeds for the Southland Conference. As there's a strike on the corner as Hayden Robb's hat flies off on that delivery. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Colonel skipper Mike Silva has been ejected here in the bottom of the 5th after a base runner interference call made by our home plate umpire Darren Here. And Here runs Silva, and Here had to be pushed away by Jeff Bierman, and then Bierman had to escort Silva off the diamond. 2 balls and a strike. Outside, 3-1. And we'll see if Kane gets the green light here at 3-1. A chance for Nichols to tack on some insurance runs here in the first game of this doubleheader. Robb checks the runners. The 3-1. This ball lifted on the right side. That's going to carry into the Lions bullpen despite the full charge by Christian Garcia, crashing into the mesh fence, chain link fence down the first base line, and now the throw out of the bullpen comes onto the field. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on for Nichols, leading at 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th. The 3-2, this one grounded hard to third, scooped by Thomas. He tags third, he throws across to first, and Kane could hustle, able to beat it out. He'll be at first on the fielder's choice. He put out by Thomas, getting Alec Paz. So now runners at first and second with 2 out, and that'll bring up Austin Trahan, the catcher. Trahan has struck out twice, looking for a 2-out hit here. And he takes a strike on the corner, 0-1. We were zipping along through the first 3.5 innings or so, but A lot of things have gone on here in the last inning and a half. You may have heard some fans yelling at the umpires that we're trying to beat the rain here. Still hoping to avoid that later. Right now it is a beautiful morning, 81 degrees. Wind just blowing at 3 miles an hour. Thunderstorms in the forecast later that obviously could affect the second game of this doubleheader. Things have to get wrapped up here as the Southland Conference season comes to an end. That's why, in case you were wondering why we weren't playing a single game today and tomorrow, conference season needs to wrap up today. Hence the 9 a.m. doubleheader. This ball chopped out to short. Keller gonna have to hurry. Fires it across, and Trahan can't beat it out. Nice scoop by Faulkner down there at first to end the inning. So a promising inning for the Colonels ends in no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. We have played 5 in Thibodaux. It is Nichols 4, Southeastern 2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
The other day, someone said they saw a roach the size of a nutria down around Cutoff. I don't know about that, but nasty pests like roaches, termites, ants, and spiders are running wild up and down the bayou. You got bug problems? Call Terminix and the Bayou Boys, Dan and Billy Foster. They'll be there in a jiffy to protect your home or business. So whether you live up the bayou or down the bayou, Terminix is here to get rid of bugs any size.
So call those Bayou Boys. They'll get you Terminix tough.
Lady of the Sea Community Pharmacy staff are trained in finding the lowest cost available on medication. Stop by with your prescriptions or medicine bottles and let one of us review your options with you. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, we're located in Rouse's Supermarket, Highway 3235 in LaRose, or at Lady of the Sea Medical Clinic in Cutoff. Our staff available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We treat you like family at Lady of the Sea.
Game 1 of the doubleheader this morning, and Nichols leading at 4-2 as we head to the top of the 6th. Game 2 will follow about 30 minutes afterwards. We don't know the Nichols starter yet. We think it'll either be Nick Heckman or Nico Saltafamagia. We do know that Southeastern will throw sophomore Andrew Landry at the Colonels. Landry 3-5 with a 6.00 ERA thus far this season. Colonels looking to close this one out with a 4-2 lead, and Tyler Terrio pitching very well. Currently sitting at 80 pitches, 52 of those strikes. He's struck out 4. He's given up 2 runs on just 3 hits. And he's only walked 2. As we go to the top of the 6th, this pitch is a strike on the corner. This inning presented by Chick-fil-A of Thibodaux on Canal. And a little Chick-fil-A while I was waiting outside the stadium yesterday to find word on whether we were going to play or not. As it turns out, we did not, but I still had some delicious chicken nonetheless. As this one fouled straight back. And that makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Terrio in command. And with the pitch count still relatively low going into the 6th, no action in the Colonels bullpen as that pitch just off the plate. Terrio kind of froze in his tracks, expecting a 3rd strike call and didn't get it. That runs the count to 2-2. Finke, Faulkner, and Thomas due up for the Lions here in the top of the 6th as this pitch bounced in the dirt in front of the plate. Tyler Finke 0 of 2. He has flown to center and popped to second. "3-2 from Terrio. Just getting a piece of it is Finke, and he stays alive. Elsewhere in the Southland, New Orleans and Northwestern State later As this ball is grounded to third, Kane handles it on the hop, fires across, good stretch by Alvarez, as Finke made that one a lot closer than I thought it was going to turn out to be, but in the end it is a ground out, and that will bring up Preston Faulkner, and you don't want any runners on base in front of this guy who picked up his 54th RBI on a double earlier. He's also struck out. Elsewhere in the Southland today, McNeese, Houston Baptist, and then battle of the 7 and 8 teams in the Southland Conference, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and UIW. Terrio, 0-1 delivery. This one skied over us and out towards my car, and it's 0-2. Faulkner, the reigning Southland hitter of the week, continuing it this weekend as he chops this one to short. Cadu on the charge, big hop, throws across the diamond, and Alvarez able to handle the hop as he goes to one knee and cushions it against his chest. So good charge by Cadu, but a good job by Alvarez to make the play at first for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Shea Thomas. Thomas flew to right and then grounded to short, which pushed in a run. For Thomas, that was RBI number 30 of the season. Foul tips it. Thomas third on the team in RBI behind Faulkner and Finke. This ball hit to fairly deep center field. Drifting back a few steps is Jaden Kay. And a great inning for Terrio as he sets them down in order in the top of the sixth. Nichols will come to bat in the bottom of the sixth, leading at 4-2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Calvin Braxton Ford is your Ford dealer here in Lockport. They want you to know it's important to keep your vehicle running its best. So Calvin Braxton Ford Service Department is offering you the works. And
Colonel fans, this inning of Colonel baseball is sponsored by Chick-fil-A of Thibodeau on Canal. If the Colonels hit a home run in this inning,
Get a brake
you
job
can bring
for
your ticket into
$289.95.
Chick-fil-A of Thibodeau on Canal for a
Feel
5-1. Get
certified
one free
diesel tech today
original
at Calvin
chicken
Braxton
sandwich.
Ford, Highway 1 in Lockport.
Your dental health is very important. That's why Homer Family Dental proudly serves Terrebonne, Lafourche, and St. Mary parishes. We provide high-quality dental services that resolve the dental needs for the entire family. Come see our brand new office located on the corner of Highway 311 and Polk Street in Homer. Dr. Stephen Morgan and Associates provide same-day crowns, orthodontics, and Botox treatments. Make your appointment today and visit our website at homerfamilydental.com.
Hayden Robb back to work for the Lions here in the bottom of the sixth as he'll go against Parker Cadu, Dane Simon, and Zane Washington for Nichols here in the bottom of the sixth. Obviously, none of the games have started in the Southland Conference, so in case you didn't catch it last night, McNeese beating Houston Baptist 16-6 after beating them 23-5 on Thursday. So McNeese will have the number 1 overall seed, even if Southeastern were to take both games and McNeese were to lose today. Elsewhere in the Southland last night, Northwestern State beating UNO 14-11. That game went back and forth. Texas A&M Corpus Christi falling to UIW 8-6. Of course, we were rained out last night, but the loss on Thursday has been washed away by the rain, and the Colonels have come out with 1 in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the third, and 2 in the bottom of the fourth as this ball lifted into center field, and that's going to drop in for a leadoff single for Parker Cadu. So Cadu, second hit of the game. He had a base hit in the fourth, drove in a run, and scored when he hustled all the way around from first, and he is on for the second time today. And so Cadu at first with Dane Simon stepping up. Simon has walked, singled and scored, and reached on an error. Cadu, a good base stealer, 9 of 9 on the season. Let's see if he is put in motion here with Simon at the plate. Cadu, decent sized lead as Simon takes it down low, 1-0. Cadu, third on the Colonels in stolen bases this season. 1-0 count to Simon. Rob's pitch is a strike. Rob, a 6'2", 200-pound redshirt junior out of Van Cleve, Mississippi. Van Cleve High School, went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College before coming to Southeastern. And he has started 6 games this season, so he'll probably work several innings for Coach Reiser as he delivers the 1-1 on the outside corner, and that makes it 1-2. If you're just joining us, Zane Washington got Nichols going in the first with a solo home run, his 8th of the season. Nichols added one in the third on an RBI single by Alec Paz. Parker Cadu got an RBI single in the bottom of the 4th to pull it in one after Southeastern had scored 2 in the top of the 4th. As this pitch outside or inside 2-2. And then Parker Cadu scoring to make it 4-2. Nichols skipper Mike Silva has been ejected. That happened last inning. Not happy about a base running interference call on Jaden Kay. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Rob. Off the fist, and it catches, well, Dane Simon says it hit his leg. He thought it was a foul ball. And, well, we're going to have a discussion again. The home plate umpire said it was a fair ball, and they called Simon out. Lad Rhodes, Gabe Woods have taken over from Mike Silva, and nobody in red is happy with Darren here right now. But they're going to say the call stands. Simon, to me, the telltale sign was he didn't move and tapped his left leg, but the umpires converse, and they will say it was not a foul ball. So that'll bring up Zane Washington. Cadu does go down to second. So he is in scoring position for Washington. Homered in the first, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the third, walked in the fourth. Here's a strike on the corner. So Darren here, not the most popular person here at Didier Field this morning. No balls and a strike to Washington. As Washington grounds it back, the second baseman raging over and makes the play as Rosevear was playing right behind second base and drifted to his right to make that play.
Now batting for the Colonels, number 25.
2 outs as Cadu makes his way over to third, but with 2 outs. And now Edgar Alvarez, the team leader in RBI with 47, hoping to get number 48 right here. He is 0 for 2 with a walk, looking to pick up Parker Cadu down at third. 4-2 Nichols leading Southeastern, bottom of the 6th, game 1 of a doubleheader. Ball outside. Alvarez hit a hard hit ball last time down to Preston Faulkner at first, who took away what would have been a 2-hit double. Hits this one He's going to have to hustle as the throw from short is going to beat him. Keller went into the hole. Alvarez hit it pretty well, but Keller able to make the play, and that will end it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one left. We've played 6 in Thibodaux. Nichols leading Southeastern 4-2 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Advanced Eye Institute in Cutoff is your eye care provider. Dr. Darby Chaton here to serve the eye care needs of your entire family. Full-service eye management and vision services are provided in a friendly atmosphere. For the latest in designer frames to advancements in astigmatism and bifocal contact lenses, call Advanced Eye Institute at 985-632-2884 for your appointment today, or visit our website at visionsourceadvancedeyecutoff.com.
The other day, someone said they saw a roach the size of a nutria down around Cutoff. I don't know about that, but nasty pests like roaches, termites, ants, and spiders are running wild up and down the bayou. You got bug problems? Call Terminex and the Bayou Boys, Dan and Billy Foster. They'll be there.
Need an ID after this.
So whether you live up the bayou or down the bayou, Terminex is here to get rid of bugs any size.
So call those Bayou Boys. They'll get you Terminex tough.
Tyler Terrio back on the hill for his 7th inning of work, but before he gets to that, let's step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to ESPN 100.3 FM, KLRZ, LaRose, New Orleans, and the River Region.
We go to the top of the 7th. Champ Artigues, Christian Garcia, Tristan Welch due up for the Lions against Tyler Terrio, who delivers pitch number 93 of the afternoon. It's a strike on the outside corner. Set the Lions down in order in the top of the 6th. But we are going to get some activity in the Colonel's bullpen as he gets a little deeper, although he's off to a good start here. 0-2 to Champ Artigues. Artigues has struck out and flown to left. The 0-2. Grounded to first. Alvarez is going to get to it and going to have to race to beat Artigues to the base, as Terrio wasn't going to be able to get there. Well played by Alvarez at first for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Christian Garcia. Garcia has grounded to third and singled to center. The right fielder for the Lions against Tyler Terrio, righty-lefty matchup. As Terrio works from the stretch, and the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike to Garcia. A Nichols win moves them into a 3-way tie for third, entering the final conference game of the season, with a chance to move into second and host next weekend in the Southland Conference Tournament. Terrio back up the middle. Nice grab by Cadu. He spins and throws to first, and Alvarez can't dig it out of the dirt. It'll be a throwing error on Cadu on what will probably be called an infield single as well. That was a great effort by Cadu to get to it, but he had to do a complete 360 and fire it down to first. So an error on Cadu and an infield single. And it's a 1-out hit for Garcia. Second time he has reached base. And now he is down at second with 1 out, as Terrio will now face Tristan Welch. Welch 0 for 2 today. Welch behind on that one, just got a piece of it as he tips it into the glove of Trahan. 0-1. Welch, as we mentioned earlier, if you weren't with us, was the hero offensively late in the game on Thursday with a solo home run. Terrio's pitch is just a little bit high, 1-1. And Christian Garcia down at second. Garrett Felix keeping him close, so that's leaving a big opening between first and second. Parker Cadu shaded a little bit towards second base. Everybody else straight away. As this ball chopped to third, charging is Kane. He'll fire across the diamond. And Alvarez with the stretch and the catch for the second out. Good job by Kane. Garcia advances to third, but now 2 outs. And the bottom of the Lions order, Bryce Grisafi. Grisafi 0 for 5 so far in this series. Yesterday he did walk and score. Today 0 for 2. He is lined to short and he's popped to short. Terrio's first delivery to him is a strike on the outside corner. I did say there was activity in the Colonels bullpen, but guys are just getting stretched right now. Nobody is actively throwing. As Terrio's pitch is outside 1-1. Grisafi looking to push the Lions 1 run closer here in the 7th. This ball flown on the right side. Washington digging, unable to get there. It'll land in foul territory between the foul line and the bench, or the fence, for the Lions bullpen. Fans, remember, you need to stay on top of everything that is Colonel Athletics on social media. Visit us at Go Colonels on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. As this ball hit into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And an RBI single for Bryce Grisafi, who gets his first hit of the series, his 19th RBI of the season. And the Lions are back within 1 at 4-3.
Next up for the Lions, the shortstop, number 6.
Now bringing up the top of the order, Evan Keller. Keller has walked twice and scored once, stolen a couple bases. Just to conclude the thought, make sure you also check out the latest Colonels videos at youtube.com/Nichols Athletics. Bryce Grisafi not getting the memo that I had to finish that promo before he gets a base hit. So the Lions back within 1. Late in the ball game here. Terrio with a strike, and it's 0-1. That is pitch number 105 for Terrio. See if he can get out of this inning and likely turn it over to the bullpen. The 0-1, he'll throw over to first. Wants to keep Grisafi at least reasonably close. Grisafi, I mentioned this last night. Pretty good base stealer for a catcher. 7 of 11. And there he goes. And this pitch down in the dirt make it 8 of 12 now for Grisafi as he steals yet another base. So the catcher for the Lions now in scoring position. 1-1 count to Evan Keller as the Lions have cut it to 4-3 here in the top of the 7th. Terrio's pitch low and inside, 2-1. Still no one throwing in the Colonels bullpen. Everybody just getting loosened up. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Terrio, pitch down in the dirt. Good block by Trahan. Able to swallow that up, but it's now 3-1. Brett Rosevear waiting on deck for Southeastern. Terrio. Up high, ball 4. So Evan Keller drawing a walk, now 2 out and 2 on for Southeastern. And now throwing has begun in the Nichols bullpen. As Rosevear comes to the plate. We're going to get a visit to the mound to give the bullpen a chance to warm up. Believe that is Nick Heckman warming up down there. Can't tell if it's 20 or if it's 28 Chase Gearing. Right now, Cody Livingston making a visit to the mound to give the bullpen a little chance to warm up and maybe calm Terrio down a little, as he has given up 1 run here. And a walk and a hit since then. So 2 runners are on in a 4-3 Nichols lead over Southeastern. Terrio's first delivery to Rosevear is a ball outside. Rosevear has struck out, singled and scored, and grounded out in his 3 plate appearances. Terrio's pitch grounded past first and foul. Count now 1-1 to the Lions' second baseman. Southeastern looking to tie this ball game up. They've scored 2 in the 4th and 1 so far in this inning. Terrio. Time called. As he spun back towards second just to make sure Grisafi wasn't leaning, wasn't leaning too far. Here's a ground ball up the middle, diving stop. Here's a throw to the plate, and he is safe. Grisafi able to get in under the tag. An unbelievable diving effort by Garrett Felix, taking away what looked like the potential for a run scoring. It was going to be a base hit no matter for Rosevear, but Felix, an unbelievable effort and a pretty strong throw home, but unable to get Grisafi, and Southeastern has tied it at 4 and still have runners on at first and second. That'll bring up Tyler Finke. That is RBI number 20 of the season for Renton Rosevear. And that is going to do it for Tyler Terrio. So pitch number 114 will be his last, just like Devin DeSandro last night, getting into the 7th inning with an outstanding effort, but in the end, Terrio is going to leave, best case, with a no decision. He is responsible for the runners at first and second and leaves to a nice round of applause from the Colonels faithful. So we will step aside, and when we come back, we'll get this call to the bullpen as the Colonels' 2-run lead for the second time in this game has evaporated. We'll see if they can get out of the 7th when we come back on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Energize your business with Bayou Black Electric Supply in Homa. When you're elbow deep in a job, the last thing you need is to lose time and money fetching electrical supplies. Bayou Black Electric will deliver your items to the job site. There's daily scheduled service throughout South Louisiana, Lafourche, Terrebonne, Morgan City, New Iberia, and Lafayette, plus the river parishes too. If you need parts, call Bayou Black Electric Supply, 95-223-8807, Highway 311 in Homa.
At Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center, we're improving the health and well-being of the region, one person at a time. And this means more game time, more first time, more sunshine, more face time, and more party time. Isn't it time you started living your best life? Change starts here at Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center.
So Nichols will go to the bullpen, and Chase Gearing, the junior, 6'6", 185 from Troy, Michigan, Bishop Foley High School by way of Lansing Community College, will come in facing a 2-out jam with 2 runners on for Southeastern after they've tied it once again at 4 apiece. For Gearing on the season, he is 4-3, tied for the lead in saves for Nichols with a 5.03 ERA. He's made 21 appearances, 4 of those were starts, 53 and 2/3 innings pitched, 54 hits allowed, 30 earned runs, good strikeout to walk ratio of 37-16. And he will take over for Tyler Terrio, who did an outstanding job, but things kind of got away here in the 7th. Terrio exits after 6 2/3. He pitched 114 pitches, allowed 6 hits. The 2 runners on are his responsibility. So far, 4 runs allowed, 3 of those earned. He walked 3, struck out 4. There's 4 strikeouts coming in the first 9 batters when he was really dialed in this game. But now it will go over to Chase Gearing. And Gearing will look to get out of this jam tied with the dangerous Tyler Finke at the plate. Finke 0 of 3 on the day, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Finke, the second leading Lion in RBIs this season. Gearing comes set and delivers. Curveball in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Again, to reset the inning, it started with a ground out, then a single by Garcia, and an error. And another ground out, then an RBI single by Grazafi, a walk by Keller, and then an RBI single by Rosebeer. And Finke up there now with the count 1-2. Looking to push the Lions in front for the first time today. Gearing looking to keep them right where they are. As the right-hander looks in. The 1-2. Runners are going, and both of them are going to steal as that pitch was low. So both runners getting a big lead and getting to advance uncontested. And the Lions now have 2 runners in scoring position. Gearing just got to focus on Finke here. Even in the count 2-2. The pitch. Low and inside, 3-2. Preston Faulkner waiting on deck. We'd rather see him next inning if at all possible. Gearing's 4th on the Colonels in strikeouts with that 37. Let's see if he can get number 38 right here as he comes set. The 3-2 is outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So not what Chase Gearing was looking for. He allows the 2 runners to steal and then gives up a walk to Finke, and now to the 8th hitter of the inning, Preston Faulkner. Faulkner has struck out. He's hit an RBI double, and he is grounded out. Let's see what happens here. Pivotal 7th inning. Colonels led coming in, and now we're in danger of being behind unless Gearing can get out of this against the slugging right-handed hitter Preston Faulkner. 1-0 to Faulkner. It is Keller at 3rd, Rosebeer at 2nd, Finke at 1st for Southeastern. As this ball lifted foul near the Lions bullpen, which has no activity, neither bullpen with any activity right now. So Hayden Robb is now the pitcher of record for the Lions now that they have tied it. They get Guth off the hook for the loss. Meanwhile, runners still responsibility for Colonel starter Tyler Terrio. The 1-1. Faulkner fouling this one back, 1-2. So Gearing ahead in the count, looking to get the Colonels out of danger with this game tied at worst. Good crowd on hand with the 9 a.m. start. Folks coming in for the end of this one and game 2 of the doubleheader, which will start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Gearing, the 1-2 delivery. Oh, he hits Faulkner. Faulkner not making much of an effort, obviously, to get out of the way. He is hit by the pitch. Keller will come in to score. For Faulkner now, that is another RBI, number 55 of the season. And Southeastern now leads it 5-4. As this ball grounded up the middle, Cadu unable to handle it. Throw to the plate, not going to be in time. 2 runs are going to score for Southeastern. We'll see if this is called an error all the way. Tough play for Cadu. They are going to call it a hit and an error. And it is 7-4. An RBI. Second of the game for Shea Thomas. And the lead is 7-4. Actually, they're just going to call that a hit all the way. So it'll be interesting. I guess Shea Thomas will get 2 runs driven in on that one. But now it is 7-4 Southeastern in a disastrous 7th inning. Can close the book on Terrio now. 6 runs, 5 earned. He is the pitcher of record. So Gearing comes in and is unable to close the door on the danger. And now finally a ground ball out to second. Felix able to play that, but not before the Lions send 10 men to the plate. They're able to push across 5 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There's an error and 2 left on. And now through 6 1/2, the Colonels are down to Southeastern. It's time to stretch at Didier Field. Southeastern leading Nichols 7-4 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
When you order curbside pickup on the new Rouse's Shopping app, you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. And you get free pickup on all orders $35 or more. Download the new Rouse's Shopping app or get it on Google Play.
Oh, is that your favorite?
It's curbside pickup time, and your Rouse's Market grocery shopper will shop your order for you and load the groceries into your cart. It's just that easy. Rouse's Market. Like home.
People's Health is your Medicare health team. People's Health is proud to sponsor our Nicholls State University campus. People's Health knows when it comes to healthcare, what works is teamwork. Every People's Health team member is backed by a Medicare health team of doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and health professionals. Whatever your health goals, our team's goal is to help you enjoy the best health possible. So compare your Medicare coverage to a People's Health Medicare Advantage plan. Call for your free information kit. People's Health is proud to sponsor Nicholls State University Athletics.
So a 5-run 7th inning for Southeastern has turned a 4-2 deficit into a 7-4 lead for the Lions. A little bit of housekeeping They did charge Parker Cadu for an error after the infield single. So only one of those runs on that hit are earned, so only one RBI for Shea Thomas. The Lions don't care. They lead at 7-4. And now Nichols is going to have to come up with some late magic. Heart of the lineup, Alec Paz leading things off. And he takes inside. Paz, Kay, and Felix due up for the Lions here in the bottom of the 7th. Seventh inning presented by Rallies. It's time to rally if you're the Colonels. Make sure you visit Rallies in either Thibodaux or Homa. Thank them for supporting Nichols Athletics. Hayden Robb. Pitch right down the middle, 3-1. Paz has singled and doubled. He's driven in a run. He's 2 for 3. And he draws a walk, so third time on base for Paz, and that's exactly what the Colonels want as they get the leadoff run on, and that'll bring up Garrett Felix, or excuse me, Jaden Kay. Garrett Felix came out to pick up the bat. Would have had a story there if the Colonels were batting out of order. Jaden Kay stepping up. He is struck out, he is grounded out, and he was the center of a controversial play in the 5th inning. Laid down a sacrifice bunt. The ball was thrown away. Umpires ruled base runner interference, which sent the runner back to second, and Kay was called out. And Mike Silva understandably did not like the call, and as the discussion escalated, he was run from this ball game by home plate umpire Darren Heer. Kay looking to keep a hitting streak alive as well. Takes down low. Kay hitting in 8 straight. Looking to make it 9, and he's going to be able to do so as this ball is dropped into right center field. Oh, it is taken away. A diving grab. How did Tyler Finke get there? I didn't think there was any chance that he could get to that ball that was tailing away from him, but he spreads out and makes the catch on an unbelievable diving grab. This is just not Jaden Kay's weekend. Every time something good seems to happen, it is taken away from him, as Tyler Finke robs him in center field. Paz able to scramble back to first. And that'll bring up Garrett Felix. Felix, 1 for 2. He is singled, he is walked. And Felix fouling this one off. Bottom of the 7th. Here at Didier Field, game 1 of 2. Southeastern looking to keep their hopes of a conference co-title alive. Nichols, if they can't rally, cannot come up with one of the top 2 seeds, and then they will just be playing for seeding in the second half of the doubleheader. But still 3 innings to come back. And I'll start with Garrett Felix. With Paz at first. This ball hit foul down the left field side over the left field bleachers. Down the third base line. Couple guys getting stretched out in the Southeastern bullpen. Nobody in the Nichols bullpen getting loosened up, as this one fouled into that bullpen. Count stays 1-2. See Dalton Ospalm, one of the guys getting loose down there. He was outstanding on Thursday. A couple innings of dominant work by him. One-two delivery to Felix. Chopped foul down the third base line. Paz will have to go back to first. Count will stay 1-2. Game 2 of this doubleheader will take place about 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. They'll be looking to beat the threat of some afternoon rain here in Thibodaux. Outside, count now 2-2. Southeastern season coming to an end today with this doubleheader. So they will just look forward to the Southland Conference Tournament. Nichols has one final game at Louisiana. That is on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. All fouled off by Felix. Count will remain 1-2. One down, bottom of the 7th, 7-4 Southeastern leading Nichols. 2-2 from Rob, hit back up the middle, that's a base hit for Felix. So a pair of base runners for Nichols here in the bottom of the 7th as they look to rally. Third time on base, second hit for Felix today. And that will bring up Austin Kane. Kane has reached 3 times today. He singled in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Nichols would be just fine with a bunch of station-to-station baseball at this point and push across a run or two in this inning just to turn the momentum that Southeastern grabbed in the top half of this inning. Kane out ahead of that off-speed pitch and chops it into the Nichols dugout. 0-1. Alec Paz down at second, Garrett Felix at first, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. As Rob delivers and Kane lifts this one into left center field. Hustling over from center field is Finke. He makes the catch. He will throw to second, but both runners are able to advance on the flyout by Kane. So Kane hit it pretty well into the gap, but Finke, as he already displayed earlier in this evening, or this inning, with some good range, gets over to it easily and makes the catch. So 2 hitters on for the pinch hitter for the Colonels. As Jaden Kalura, the starting catcher the other night against Southeastern, will now pinch hit for catcher Austin Trahan. Kalura went 2 of 3 the other night in that game against Southeastern. A 5'10 freshman who played at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. On the year against Southeastern, 3 of 16 with a home run. Base hit would be just fine here for the freshman catcher. Lefty versus righty matchup, and he takes outside. On the season, Kalura hitting .299, a home run, 19 driven in. Base hit would plate 2, you would think. Felix with decent speed out at second. A 1-0 count to Kalura. He rips it into center field, and Finke had it perfectly played, takes 2 steps in and makes the play. Finke makes all 3 putouts in the inning. Despite some hard hit balls, the Colonels get nothing on 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on, 7 done in Thibodaux. Southeastern leading Nichols 7-4 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
LeBlanc Brothers Ready Mix, a locally owned concrete company serving the Bayou region since 1945. From industrial, commercial, residential, and everything in between, LeBlanc Brothers provides quality concrete at competitive prices with the best customer service in the industry. Please call us at 985-876-6254 for all of your concrete needs, or stop by one of our locations at 2519 West Park Avenue, Gray, or 6185 Highway 1, Tankerville to discuss your upcoming projects. LeBlanc Brothers, a proud supporter of Nichols Athletics. Go Colonels! Home health services in South Lafourche are vital right now. Look no further than Lady of the Sea Home Health, for the sick, the elderly, and the homebound. Our caring staff makes each day a little brighter, a little better. With quality health care and warm, genuine support, you and your loved ones are the most comfortable, content, and independent in your own home. Speak to your physician today about home health services from Lady of the Sea. Call 985-632-6900 for more information. Quality health care locally for you.
Starting to feel like one of those weekends where it just, you feel snake bit if you're the Colonels. Thursday, opportunities to score some runs, and those opportunities cut down on the base paths. And today, some controversial calls, some outstanding defensive plays by Southeastern, and some timely hitting by the Lions. And the other common theme, two outstanding starts. Devin DeSandro on Thursday, Tyler Terrio today. Neither of them is going to come out with a victory. In fact, both looking like they will be tagged with a loss unless Nichols can come up with a rally in the last two innings. Chase Gearing will come out to pitch the eighth, hoping to keep the Lions right where they are. He came out of the bullpen, walked a guy, hit a guy, gave up a single before getting a ground out to get out of the inning. But that pushed across the runs that made it 7-4 for the Lions in the top half of the seventh, and now they bat in the eighth. Christian Garcia leading things off, hits this one high and deep to left field at the wall. It's gone. Christian Garcia, a solo home run to left center field, extending the lead to 8-5. For Garcia, just his fifth home run of the season, RBI number 19, and the Lions lead it 8-4. So not getting any better for Nichols here in the eighth, as the lead now 8-4. The Colonels in danger of dropping their seventh in a row. Team that led the Southland on Easter weekend dropped 3 last weekend at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and in danger of dropping the first 2 here at home against Southeastern. This ball popped up on the left side. Austin Kane calls for it and has it for the first out of the inning. Fourth time Tristan Welch has been unsuccessful at the plate today. And that'll bring up Bryce Grozalfi. He got things really going last inning. He got the single, a stolen base, got an RBI, and scored. His run at the time, the tying run. Nichols led this 1-0 after 1, led it 2-0 after 3. They gave up 2 in the top of the fourth, but immediately answered in the bottom of the fourth. They were leading 4-2 all the way till the 7th inning when they gave up 5. And now they've given up 1 in the 8th. 8-4 our score. Colonels out hitting the Lions 10-7. They've made 2 key errors to the Lions 1. This ball chopped to third. Kane across, and Alvarez goes to one knee to make the play on the throw for the second out of the inning, and back to the top of the order, and Evan Keller. Keller only has 1 official at bat, but he's been productive. 3 walks, he's stolen 3 bases, he's scored twice, including the go-ahead run last inning. Gearing about to deliver pitch number 19. That pitch down low. This will be Gearing's game to finish, at least through this inning. Pitch outside. Couple guys standing around in the Southeastern bullpen, but nobody actively throwing right now. Gearing out of the windup. The 2-0 delivery. That's a strike down the middle, 2-1. In the bottom of the inning, Nichols will have the 9-1-2 hitters, Cadu, Simon, and Washington. Should mention Jaden Calora still in the game after pinch hitting in the last inning. He has taken over catching, and my guess would be he will start the second half of the doubleheader as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run already in, as that's going to be another hit batsman. As Gearing showing a little frustration after that as well. Second batter he is hit.
Now batting for the Lions, the second baseman, number 16, Rhett Rosevear.
Gearing is now hit 7 batters this season, 2 in this game. Hit Preston Faulkner earlier, which pushed in a run. Gearing quick throw over to first. Rhett Rosevear, 2 for 4 on the day. He has singled twice. He's driven in a run. He's scored 2 runs. Up there with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. A little bit of movement now in the Nichols bullpen. Gearing comes set. Pitch outside. Runner making it look like he might go, but just takes a big lead and retreats. Gearing's pitch on the corner, a strike, 2-1. Tyler Finke waits on deck. Another good delivery by Gearing on the outside corner. Red Rosevear didn't seem particularly enamored with that call, but Southeastern can't be too unhappy with Darren here. He's made a couple of critical calls that have gone their way. Quick throw over to first. Not saying the calls were right or wrong, but certainly have gone Southeastern's way in the process. Got the Nichols skipper ejected from this game. Certainly would love to go back and see a replay of the base runner interference call as Gearing rears back and gets the strikeout to get out of the inning. But not before Gearing gives up a solo home run to Christian Garcia, the 1 run on the 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner left on. 7.5 complete in Thibodaux. The Colonels coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th, down by 4.
Spring is finally here. At Greg LeBlanc Toyota in Houma, we're ready with truckloads of fresh inventory arriving daily, plus fantastic deals like the all-new redesigned 2022 Toyota Tundra or the fuel-efficient class-leading MPG with Camry and Corolla. Greg LeBlanc Toyota is also giving you top dollar for your trade. Go ahead and shop the inventory online now at GregLeBlancToyota.com. These Outstanding deals won't last long. Nope. Greg's got the deals. Shop South Hollywood Road, Homa.
As a leader in the oil and gas industry, Joe's Septic Contractors caters to oil field clients offering vacuum truck service for offshore tanks, vessels, or treatment plants containing sewage or gray water. Their rental department offers state-of-the-art offshore portable toilets, also holding tank rentals and portable hand washing stations. Call Joe's Septic Contractors 24/7, 985-632-5592 in Cutoff, Thibodaux, Fourchon, Abbeville, and Reserve, or visit their website at joeseptic@viscom.net.
Headed to the bottom of the 8th, Hayden Robb into his 4th inning of work. He's only pitched 46 pitches so far, giving up 2 hits and walked 2 and facing 13 batters. And he will face the 9 1-2 hitters for Nichols here in the bottom of the 8th, who are now down 4 after the solo home run in the top of the 8th. Parker Cadu to lead things off here in the 8th. And this inning of Colonel Baseball is brought to you by Jabby's Pizza in Thibodaux. Cadu has had a good day with the bat, 2 of 3. Singled twice, drove in a run, and scored. Unfortunately, in the field, a couple tough errors going against Cadu. Both attempting to make very tough plays. But regardless, he gets tagged with a couple of errors. Now he's behind in the count 1-2. Cadu, Simon, and Washington due for the Colonels here in the bottom of the 8th. Hayden Robb winds and delivers, and this one off the plate, 2-2. Colonels hoping to make something happen in these last 6 outs to keep their hopes of hosting next weekend alive. Full count now to Cadu. He fouls this one into the net right in front of the Colonel's dugout. And he'll stay alive. 3-2. Colonels need base runners. Cadu deep in the box. Very close to the plate, looking away to take away the outside pitch, and he draws a walk on an outside pitch. So the lead runner is on for the Colonels here in the bottom of the 8th. As they turn the lineup over to the top of the lineup, Dane Simon walked in the first, singled and scored in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. Action in the Lions bullpen as Dalton Aspalm getting loosened up. Here's a pitch inside to Simon, 1-0. now some of the Southeastern fans unhappy with Darren Here's strike zone. 1-0 to Simon. This one fouled off to the right and out into the street behind us. 1-1. And either Nick Heckman or Nico Saltafamaggio, the likely starters for the second game of this doubleheader against Andrew Landry, for Southeastern. As that ball hits Simon. They're checking down at first. Well, they are not happy with the home plate umpire, even on a hit batsman. Checking to see if he swung and if it was fouled off. And needing to get help from Tanner Simmons down at first. 2 runners on. Good start for Nichols here in the bottom of the 8th. Zane Washington, one of the offensive heroes today, with a solo home run, his 8th of the season. Back in the bottom of the 1st, he's also sacrificed, walked, and grounded out. Again, said it before, station-to-station baseball would be just fine. Matt Reiser looks like he is going to go to the bullpen, and Dalton Aspalm, who was so good the other night, going to get a chance. And the Lions bench coming out of the dugout to congratulate Hayden Robb on an outstanding effort, giving them 3+ solid innings, but leaving 2 runners on as Dalton Aspalm will come in to pitch for the Lions. The Colonels looking to rally here in the bottom of the 8th, down 8-4 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Can hospice help you? At Haydale Memorial Hospice, our mission is to provide quality, compassionate, end-of-life care to patients and their families in the traumatized area. Locally owned and operated, we provide a holistic approach to hospice care, focusing on the patient and the immediate family's needs and needs. At Haydale Memorial Hospice, our goal is to deliver the highest standard of care, enhancing our patients' dignity, comfort, and quality in their final stages of life. Voted Best Patient and Caregiver Experience by Hospice Honors in 2016 and 2017. At Haydale Memorial Hospice, we are your neighbors, helping neighbors. Call us today at 985-655-1020. Again, that's 985-655-1020. Be connected to medical professionals 24/7. Haydale Memorial Hospice, completing the gift of life.
Back at Didier Field, where the Colonels are looking to rally, down 8-4 to Southeastern, and the Lions have gone to the bullpen, bringing out Dalton Aspalm. Aspalm, 4.64 ERA in 14 appearances. No wins, no losses, no saves. He's pitched 21 1/3, giving up 17 hits, 11 earned runs, 30 strikeouts, and 8 walks. He was outstanding on Thursday night, pitching 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, walking 1, and striking out 5. The Southland pitching staff getting it done here. Despite being last in the league in hits allowed and 6th in the league in ERA, they have surrendered 10 hits, but so far have been able to keep the Colonels at 4 runs for this game. Zane Washington looking to change that as he'll go against Dalton Aspalm. And the first pitch is low and outside, 1-0. Aspalm out of the stretch with Cadu at second and Simon at first. Check swing foul by Washington, 1-1. Aspalm, a 6-foot, 190-pound junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Central High School. A pitcher who was outstanding the other night. We'll see if the Colonels can get to him this morning. There's a strike on the corner. Yep, it's still morning, 11:57. 1-2. Edgar Alvarez waiting on deck. Washington just looking to keep things moving for Nichols with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. And he chops this one foul well out ahead of that off-speed pitch. Stretch by Aspalm, he checks the runners, and the pitch is on the outside corner and catches Washington looking for the first out of the inning. Aspalm continuing what he did Thursday night, ringing up Colonels.
Next up for the
That
Colonels,
is
number
now his
25,
sixth strikeout
first baseman,
in 2 1/3
Edgar
innings against the
Alvarez.
Colonels. Edgar Alvarez will step up. Alvarez on the day, 0 for 3. He did walk back in the third. Otherwise, he has popped out, lined out, and grounded out. Alvarez against Aspal. And he takes low and outside, 1-0. Aspal was able to strike out Alvarez on Thursday night, back in the 8th inning of that ball game. The 1-0, big mighty swing by Alvarez, but he misses it. 1-1. Ball gets away momentarily from Grazafi, but he's able to get it before the runners can advance. 1-1. Cadu leading away from second. As Alvarez takes low and inside, 2-1. Dean Simon over at first, so good speed on the base paths. Dangerous outfield, though. With Tristan Welch, 5 outfield assists. Tyler Finke has 3, and Christian Garcia after Thursday night with 12. So they're not going to take any chances, even on a base hit, unless it's going to get the run in for sure, as Alvarez fouls this off the left side. 2-2. Aspal comes set and delivers. Alvarez lashing it into right field. That's a base hit. They're going to send Cadu. They're going to test Garcia's arm, and for once, Garcia does not throw out a Colonel's base runner. Cadu able to slide in with a run. It is an RBI single for Edgar Alvarez. For Alvarez, RBI number 48, leading the team, as we
Now
have mentioned.
batting for the Colonels, number 22, DH Alex
And that keeps him in third in the Southland Conference. Of course, he's chasing Preston Faulkner for second, who's got a couple RBI already today. But for Alvarez, RBI number 48, and it's an 8-5 game. Nichols looking to keep chipping away. Even a deep fly ball here would get a run in, you would hope. Alec Paz, the hitter. He is 2 for 3. Takes on the corner for a strike. Popped out in the first, singled and drove in a run in the third, doubled in the fifth, walked in the seventh. Nichols already a run in here in the bottom of the 8th, but trailing 8-5 to Southeastern. The 0-1. And Paz lines it into left field. That's a base hit and another run for the Colonels. Simon will come in and score, and again, station to station. That's what I said. That's all they needed. RBI number 20, or excuse me, number 30 of the season for Paz. And it's an 8-6 game, as Jaden Kay will step up. Kay coming in with an 8-game hitting streak. Hit one really hard that looked like it was going to be a base hit his last time up, but he was robbed by Finke. 0-4 on the day. 2 runs in, 2 runners on for Nichols here in the bottom of the 8th. Aspal delivers a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So the book closed on Hayden Robb now. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3. Takes a strike on the corner. Robb still in line for the victory. 0-2 to Kay now. this pitch down in the dirt. Nice scoop by Grizafi as that pitch bounded into the left-handed hitter's batting box and gets the backhand mitt to it. Prevent the runners from advancing. That would have been huge for Nichols. Instead, it's 1-2 now to Jaden Kay. And that pitch just off the plate. Grizafi tried to frame it a little bit, but didn't get the strike call, and it's 2-2. Action in the Lions bullpen. Gage Trahan, the closer, getting loosened up. As Aspalm gets Kay to foul tip it into the glove. Second strikeout of the inning for the Colonels. And now there are two down as Kay 0 of 5 today.
Now batting for the Colonels.
Now to be Garrett Felix.
Second baseman.
Felix, 2 of 3 on the day, singled in the second, grounded out in the fourth, walked in the fifth, and singled in the seventh. Looking for a 2-out hit here to keep the inning alive for the Colonels. We've cut it from 8-4 to 8-6 here in the bottom of the eighth. Felix takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Low and inside, 1-1. Felix, if he can reach, Austin Kane waits on deck. Ball lifted to left field. Drifting over is Tristan Welch, and he makes the catch. But the Colonels able to get a couple runs back here in the bottom of the eighth as they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on for the Colonels now. That is a 13 runners left on thus far. So obviously something that the Colonels will look back on if they can't rally in the ninth. We go to the ninth with Southeastern leading Nichols 8-6 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
The Colonels scored in that inning. It's rally for rally. Make sure you bring your coupon into Rally to Thibodeau or Homa for your free prize season ticket test.
There's daily scheduled service throughout South Louisiana, Lafourche, Terrebonne, Morgan City, New Iberia, and Lafayette, plus the river parishes too. If you need parts, call Bayou Black Electric Supply, 95-223-8807, Highway 311 in Homa.
The other day, someone said they saw a roach the size of a nutria down around Cutoff. I don't know about that, but nasty pests like roaches, termites, ants, and spiders are running wild up and down the bayou. You got bug problems? Call Terminex and the Bayou Boys, Dan and Billy Foster. They'll be there in a jiffy to protect your home or business. So whether you live up the bayou or down the bayou, Terminex is here to get rid of bugs any size.
So call those Bayou Boys. They'll get you Terminex tough.
Make sure you stay up to date with Colonel Athletics on social media. Visit us at Go Colonels on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. And be sure to check out our latest videos at youtube.com/Nichols Athletics. Chase Gearing back out there to work the ninth. There is activity in the bullpen. Actually, in both bullpens. Gage Trahan working in the Southeastern bullpen. Imagine he will come on in the ninth looking to close things out. Chase Gearing looking to keep the Lions right where they are with the heart of the order coming up. Tyler Finke, Preston Faulkner, and Shea Thomas due up for Southeastern here in the ninth. Finke 0 for 3, but walked and scored his last time up. Here's a strike on the corner. Good start to the ninth for Gearing. Game 2 will follow us in about a half hour after the conclusion. There's a strike on the corner, swung on and missed by Finke, and Gehring ahead in the count 0-2. Off-speed pitch, outside 1-2. One ball, two strikes now to Finke. It'll be Finke, Faulkner, and Thomas due up in the inning. Gehring winds and delivers. This ball grounded to short. Cadu deep into the hole. Throws across. Good strong throw and beats the speedy Finke for the first out of the inning. Nice play by the Colonel's shortstop, getting the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Preston Faulkner. Second in the Southland in RBI after two more today. He struck out in the second, doubled and drove in a run in the fourth, grounded out in the sixth, and was hit by a pitch and drove in a run in the seventh. In that seventh inning, the Southeastern sent 10 men to the plate, and now Faulkner rips one into left field. A base hit, second hit of the game for Faulkner. It's a one-out hit, and that will bring up Shea Thomas.
Now batting for the Lions, the third baseman, number 30, Shea
Thomas has flown to right. He is grounded to short, which pushed in a run, flew out, and had an RBI single back in the seventh inning. Thomas now sitting at 31 runs driven in. He fouls this one off his foot or his leg. And you knew the umpire was going to hear a little bit about that after the Dean Simon similar play, but a lot less obvious on whether it hit Simon's leg than it did Shea Thomas's leg there. But crowd still poking a little fun at the umpire after that one. No balls and a strike. That pitch just off the inside corner, 1-1. Champ Artigues waiting on deck. Gage Trahan looks just about ready in the Southeastern bullpen. Looks like he will be coming in. Still can't get the number of who is warming up for the Colonels. Runner is going, and this one is chopped foul by Thomas, and that runs the count to 1-2. This one fouled off. Almost sounded like Thomas somehow hit that twice. Made a little double ping as he swung through that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Colonels in the bottom of the ninth will have the bottom of the order. Kane, Kalura, and Cadu due up. Set, and this ball hit up the middle. It's a base hit. Round second on his way to third is Faulkner, and the throw is going to get him. Jaden Kay gunning down Faulkner. Outstanding throw. And for Kay, a little bit of turnabout is fair play after he was gunned down from the outfield twice on Thursday. He does it to Faulkner here for the second out of the inning. Outfield assist number 10 of the year for Kay.
Number 4, Champ Ortiz.
Champ Artigues will come up. There's a left-hander warming in the Nichols bullpen, but it looks like they'll let Gehring go ahead and go against Artigues now with 2 outs and a runner at first. Shea Thomas picking up his second hit of the game. Artigues 0 of 4. Quick throw over to first, and that was actually a little closer than I think Thomas expected. Artigues is struck out, he is flown out, he is grounded out, and he is grounded out once again. Made the last out of that inning in the 7th when they batted around, sent 10 hitters to the plate. He started and finished the inning. 0-1 to Artigues. Nichols trailing Southeastern 8-6. A loss would eliminate any possibility of Nichols finishing in the top 2 and hosting next weekend. Southeastern hoping a victory will propel them to that. Also still have a chance to share the conference title if they were to hold on here and win the second game of the doubleheader and have McNeese lose to HBU, which seems extremely unlikely. Here's a quick throw over to first. Would have been back anyway, but Alvarez couldn't hang on to the throw. Gearing looks in. The 1-1. Down in the dirt. Gets away from Kalara. That'll be a wild pitch. Thomas had faked like he was going to go. Went back to first, but then when it bounded off of Kalara's left leg towards the Nichols dugout, he takes second. So a runner at second with 2 out. 2-1 count to Artigues. Delivery is low and outside. 3-1. Christian Garcia, who hit the solo home run last inning, waiting on deck. As of right now, an unearned run stands to be the difference in this game. Gage Trahan is done throwing in the Southeastern bullpen. So he is ready to go, you would presume, to start the 9th. As this ball lined out to second, and Garrett Felix goes to one knee to make sure he reels it in, and that will do it for the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. A big outfield assist by Jaden Kay. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for Nichols as they look to scratch across 2 runs and keep this game alive when we come back on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.
Thibodaux Regional, again acknowledged for delivering an outstanding patient experience by Healthgrades. While we may be the recipient of the award, our patients are the real winners because you can have confidence in the quality of care you'll receive. Thibodaux Regional Health System, proud to be among the top 10% of hospitals in the nation and the only hospital in Louisiana recognized by Healthgrades for providing an outstanding patient experience 14 years in a row.
Lady of the Sea Community Pharmacy staff are trained in finding the lowest cost available of medication. Stop by with your prescriptions, medicine bottles, and let one of us review your options with you. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, we're located in Rouse's Supermarket, Highway 3235 in La Rose, or at Lady of the Sea Medical Clinic in Cutoff. Staff available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We treat you like family at Lady of the Sea.
Headed to the bottom of the 9th. Nichols got 2 in the bottom of the 8th. They need 2 more in the bottom of the 9th to keep this baseball game alive and keep their hopes of hosting next weekend in the new Southland Conference tournament format. Top 2 seeds will host. The 1 seed will host the 4, 5, and 8 teams, while the number 2 seeds will host 3, 6, and 7. The winners of those 2 will meet in a 3-game series the following weekend at the higher seed. Southeastern still with hope alive to share the conference title. Nichols hope alive to crack the top two, but they've got to get two against one of the best closers in the league, in Gage Trahan. Trahan 3-3, 9 saves on the season, 4.36 ERA in 33 innings pitched. He is struck out 31 and walked 13, only allowed 16 earned runs and 32 hits this season. The other night in game one, pitched a perfect ninth, giving up, or not perfect, he did give up one hit, but no earned runs allowed in shutting it down the other night, and looking to do so again, and facing the bottom of the order, starting with a pinch hitter for Nichols. This is Hunter LeBlanc, the left-handed outfielder. LeBlanc pinch hit the other night and was 0 for 1. Trahan delivers and it is fouled off. LeBlanc on the season 194, 2 home runs, 14 RBI. Just need a base hit from him to get the tying run on against the second best reliever in the Southland Conference with 9 saves. Cameron Foster from McNeese leading the way. Here's a hard hit ball out to second, but easily handled by Rosefear. The throw over to first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jaden Kalara. Colonel's got to get a base runner so that they can get the tying run on. Kalara pinch hit last inning and flew out to, or in the 7th inning, and flew out to center field and then took over the catching duties. Kalara on the season, now hitting .297. Lefty versus righty as Kalara takes down low 1-0. Trahan, the graduate student from Maurice, Louisiana, Vermilion Catholic High School, as Kalara lines this one into left center field, charging on and making the sliding catch in left field is Tristan Welch for the second out of the inning. And now the Colonels' hopes to stay alive rest on Parker Cadu. Cadu has had an outstanding day at the plate. 2 for 3. He struck out in the second, singled and scored in the 4th and drove in a run, singled in the 6th, walked and scored in the 8th. Now needs something to keep this game alive and get it to the top of the order in Dane Simon. 8-6, Southeastern leading it here in the 9th. And Cadu swings and misses. It's 0-1.
Come on, Parker, let's go, man, let's go.
The sophomore Parker Cadu, the last hope for Nichols here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Takes outside 1-1. That's a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Ball game that started at 9 a.m. It started well for the Colonels, but almost 3.5 hours later, could end up in Colonels dropping their 7th in a row. The 1-2 from Trahan. Inside 2-2, and Cadu knows as soon as he ducked out of the way of that pitch from it hitting his right leg, that he should have stood in there and got on base. He even tapped his chest looking down at the third base coach, knowing that he could have been a base runner and brought up the tying run. Instead, it's 2-2 with 2 outs. Trahan out of the stretch, and the pitch. And he gets Cadu swinging, and that will do it. The Lions guaranteed now of taking this series as they take the first 2 games out of this battle after Nichols had taken the first 3 this season. Cage Trahan getting his 10th save of the season as he puts the Colonels down in order.